Hey, everybody. So we should be live. Got some people in the chat already. Fantastic. It's good to see everybody. So I am Game Master Roger. This is my neighborhood today. Well, you've been missing. You show up after 2 weeks. You're missing 75% of the beard. I mean, I don't know what is going on here. It's just not a good look. I mean, we got Brian, and he showed up with a full beard,
fully equipped.
He looks like he actually combs that thing.
Well,
I mean,
a little bit. I throw a little oil in there. And
I was going to say, it looks like he takes care of his, Roger. Unlike somebody.
Mine is absolutely terrible. Absolutely. No, I know it is. Yeah, absolutely. I've tried like the beard wax stuff and all that, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, just beard oil and a comb.
Yeah,
that's all I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like too much work, I think.
I had no problem with my beard. It was the mustache.
Yeah.
The hairs here start curling up and they start tickling my nose.
Yeah.
The first time it happens, like I'll push it down. If it happens again, I go cut it off. I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. So
yeah, I'm to the point where my mustache is going to start interfering with my sandwich eating habits. And then at that point, it's got to go. That's
when you're looking at sandwich to mustache ratio, you gotta cut it.
Yeah. So as usual, we got Mike from Thunderstruck and Stan from Troll Den. Jason decided to come back after a 2-week hiatus overseas doing something or other. I don't know. Rally training course.
I did a rally driver's course. Yes.
Rally driver's course.
It was excellent. As it turns out, I'm pretty good.
Nice.
Thank God.
Nice.
I saw the first podcast, the one with Chubby, and one of the first things you said is Jason's not here to tell his long ass stories.
Was I wrong?
So I'm going to sit here and wait my turn to be called upon.
let me introduce a special guest, and then we'll get to it. But joining us today, all the way from rare parts of New York. I don't want to name because I don't want to dox you. Who knows? There's a lot of weirdos in New York.
That is true. I mean,
but especially Utica.
Yeah,
especially in Utica. Yeah, especially in Utica. We were talking about that last week too, especially at Walmart. But this is Brian Shutter, of course. Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland is his, and a lot of other cool stuff. If you look at his stuff, you can tell that he's really into Sega Genesis and everything that came out of that system and era and everything. And he's got a Kickstarter going right now, which is we'll talk about it a little more later, but it's basically the Neon Lords kind of setting, right? Using the Morkborg rules.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And I think the Kickstarter's only got like 2 days, 3 days.
Like 38 hours specifically.
Yeah. Awesome.
Left on it?
39 hours.
Oh. And you're going to post that link later.
I'm going to post the link. We're going to watch. I thought the video was cool, so I want to share that. It's going to be
thanks.
Fantastic.
I appreciate that.
But I'll put let me put it in the chat now so that everybody, and I will put it in the private chat so you can click on it directly if you want to do it there. But it's cool stuff. And we'll talk about it first. Like always, we'll talk about what gaming and stuff and what things that we've gotten in the last week or so. I only had one thing show up, believe it or not. I don't know. I'm slacking with my Kickstarter clicking abilities. I don't know what it is, but I only had one thing show up, and it showed up like 2 hours ago. on my doorstep. And
Is it
that,
Synapse?
yeah, did you get yours too? The Tom
Yes,
Cardos
2 hours ago. Yes.
Into the Wilds Volume 4. And this, in case you're wondering, this isn't the box, it's just the cover, because it's heavy.
That thing weighs
loaded.
a freaking ton.
Yes. Loaded with stuff. And he's got 3 volumes of maps, and they're fold out maps, spiral bound, that kind of fold open. Use them, on the tables. Fire and Ice, Earth and Sky, Fey and Fell. There's a cool one there. I think it was the Earth and Sky one. There's like a giant skeleton map that looks really cool. I can't wait to use that. So that's cool. But that's all that I got in. Gaming this week, no game.
Why not?
Had too many people cancel, and so it was going to be me and 2 players.
Wait, what did you tell me?
What did I tell you?
No, I'm not gonna give you up.
No, it was going to be me, 2 players, and I was going to do something else, and I just didn't have him table set up to do like the shed.
Your mic is breaking up there, Roger.
Is it?
It's not me.
Oh,
yes,
geez.
I thought it was me. Excellent.
Oh boy. Well, maybe I'm
You're
gonna
good now.
No,
I
it
think you were
sounds fine
just
now.
yeah, you were just like looking away.
Oh, I was looking away. I have to just
You have
keep
to
it right.
project from the diaphragm.
Project. Oh, is
You
that?
didn't You didn't do
I never
your
took acting classes.
you didn't do your vocal exercises prior to going live.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I got to do. I got to do the whole deep breathing and all of that stuff. I just got to learn to talk into the microphone.
There you
go. This is what everyone loves now, right? The ASMR videos.
Yeah,
We'll just do everything like this.
loving it.
So,
Okay.
Mike, we'll just go around. What have you been doing? You've been having a fantastic time.
I have.
Right, with
my animal players are like getting in line. It's great. So first of all, what did I pick up? We got part 3. Well, part 2, but part 3 of the order. So the last movie showed up finally. Took them forever to get it to me, but I got some new books this week. I picked up Pulp Cthulhu.
Oh, cool.
And I add that to my Call of Cthulhu run because
I almost bought that from Aaron Dreamcastle. He had it available.
Do you have Call of Cthulhu? Because it's not standalone. You need the Keeper's Guide.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's an add-on for Call of Cthulhu. It changes some of the player options.
Okay.
But it's still part of the system. Now, I didn't need this. I needed the Keeper's Guide for Delta Green. And they're like $60. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, so I was putting it off because it's not really options. It's a book of lore. So it's a book that I want to have, but I don't need it. So I was kind of putting it off. They made an announcement that their slipcases were once again out of production for the unforeseen future because they had a problem with them before. It took them like 2 years to get them back in stock. They switched to a supplier in China, and then everything happened and all these tariffs hit. And so now it's out of production. They're looking for another supplier. They don't know when it's going to be. And, the retail price of it's $99. But if you look, you already had places like Noble Knight selling them for like $190. They had like 4 of them on there for like $180 to $190, depending on the condition. Well, there is a local retailer in Rochester, and he's got a huge store with a ton of stuff in it, but it looks like
Millennium?
No, it's not Millennium.
Oh.
So listen, he works it out of his house. So I found him on eBay, but then I looked and he had a link to his store, and it looked like a full store, and it says you can pick it up. I put in the address and I Googled it, and it comes up to some residential.
It's a house. Is that Otto?
Yeah. What's that?
Is that Otto? Crazy Otto or whatever?
No. That was Crazy Igor.
Crazy Igor, sorry.
No, it's not that either. It's Grimoire and Games.
Okay.
But
okay. Yeah.
His prices.
I've heard of it.
His prices are phenomenal. So I got a slipcase.
Oh, nice.
$65.
Nice.
The day they announced they were out of print, I was like, I checked on his store, he had it, and I bought it. I don't need the extra agent's handbook, but you know, if I was going to spend $60 for just a handler's guide, I might as well get.
Yeah, you might as well get both for $5 more. Absolutely.
And since I can't do anything half-assed, I had one of the guys that works at Xerox print these for me. He printed me 3 copies, and I bound them.
Oh, nice.
He kept 1 copy, and my other 2 players had already gone out and bought it after 1 session.
Yeah.
So, as for gaming, we ran session 2 of Delta Green. I'm running a scenario called Lover in the Ice, which is like one of those. They say it's one of the most disturbing scenarios for Delta Green, and it's pretty disturbing. I will tell you, we do 5-hour sessions, and for the first time in a long, long time, I was like, guys, it's 9 o'clock. We're done. Until next week. And they were like, oh my God, time flew by. And then usually they go their ways. I don't hear from them for the rest of the week. And that was part of my frustration. Man, 5 minutes out of my house, they're on there driving home and they're blowing up the phone, the text group. They're blowing it up. Get up in the morning, they're blowing it up. The one guy's like, the game's good when you're going to have nightmares in real life based on what happened in game. And I'm like, all right. So I think we found our game for now. I mean, we're going to do this scenario and then one more. So we'll probably have 6 or 7 sessions in. And at that point, these guys are already half insane. I mean, this scenario really put a beat on them. So we'll see if they survive past that. But after that, I think we're going to switch over and we're going to do the same thing with Call of Cthulhu. Rules are almost identical. So we'll run probably 6 or 7 sessions of that.
Sure.
And then we'll see if after that, maybe we'll move on to some Pulp Cthulhu and do some more action oriented, or I turn it over to somebody else and let them run something for a bit. Yeah.
No, it's awesome. I'm glad that you really found a system and everything that like works. Cause I think we were all worried. Even some people in the chat. I mean, we were worried about.
Listen, you know, I've been running 2nd edition D&D for 30 something years.
Yeah.
It's only been recently that it's become to be a problem where these guys I play with, they've gotten bored with it. They wanted something different. They're argumentative about rules. It's one of those games. Nobody has an AD&D game without a ton of house rules. It's just the nature of the game. Everybody uses house rules. And so we have differing opinions on what people want out of it now. And I was getting bored with just running standard medieval type fantasy, wanted a change. So after we do our Call of Cthulhu and Delta Green stuff for a while, I really want to get into a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I would love to go back to a post-apocalyptic game again.
Yep. And I mean, like I told you earlier, I just started today, just picked up the post-apocalyptic stuff from Printable Scenery and added them to my license. So.
Yeah. Coming soon. It's printing right now. I should have something to show before the stream's done. Nice. Good stuff.
But I got no complaints. It's been really good with the group the last 2 weeks since we started this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Agile, good to see you. So Brian, what about you? You've been doing any You've been doing any gaming? What have you been doing?
Both in spades, my good man. Both in spades. So gaming, like purchase wise, I got the latest Under the Dice issue in the mail. If you're a fan of old Hammer, Mordheim, Space Hulk type era GW, they do like a fanzine out of Massachusetts. It's a Hive Scum podcast, and they do Under the Dice Fest. So it's a fun little fanzine they put together. I got that. Mostly purchase wise, I've been getting a lot of 2000 ADs, like the original ones in like the magazine, and then some of the annuals and stuff, just because it's always bonkers, and I love some Dread, so anytime I can get more Dread is a good day. But then like gaming wise, every Thursday on the Neon Lords Discord I run a Wasteland Marches game where it's like there's like a general centralized hub like we were talking about the other week. And they've just been going on zany adventures every week doing ridiculous things.
Yeah, fantastic. And
Yeah.
how many players do you got in that?
So it rotates. It could be like anybody can come and just jump
What
in.
I mean, like in general, like the
Oh,
whole group. Like
like whole group. I mean, there could be like 10 people, 12 people that jump in and out, depending on who's available. And it's generally about 5 or 6 every week
5 or 6
show up.
per. And so and you do it right on your Discord.
Yeah, right on the Discord. Anybody
Yeah.
can come and jump in and have some fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you use any VTTs or anything or?
Nope, nope. We don't even turn on the cameras. We just kind of sit around the campfire and roll dice, and every once in a while. So like a
Really?
big thing is I have like Neon Quest like card loots. Sometimes I'll have
Mhm.
to like I'll show them that, hey, this is what you drew, and I'll turn the camera on. But I mean, I can turn the camera on, and then there's like a whiteboard feature on Discord that I'll use to run
Yeah.
games on. But like VTTs, I don't know. I'm not huge into them. I think it's more work than it is to get things done. You know, like you're like, okay, hold on, let me get this token real quick, and like let me size it up right, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, like just just keep moving along. Like it, definitely breaks the pacing for sure for me.
Well, there's definitely systems that work better, theater of the mind, or
Oh
maybe not
yeah,
work better, but you definitely can do theater of the mind, a lot easier. Like, I mean, if you were gonna try and play, fourth edition, which I wouldn't recommend, but like that,
period. Yeah,
you need a battle map, you need,
yeah, yeah.
tokens, you need representation because it's all kind of
Right.
based on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like
But
yeah, any game, yeah, where you need, like, yeah, you have to VTT for sure. Yeah, you
yeah,
can't theater the mind for you for nothing.
I considered running starting a game online, and I've been going back and forth on it. I've really pushed against online play. Like I mean, I get some people do it, like more power to you.
Right.
I just I like being there at the table, and
Yeah, it definitely is not the same as being at the table, obviously, but like it satisfies the itch for sure. Like,
sure.
like, and it's like it's Thursday night. We start at 8:30, and it's a hard 11 or 11:30, like 3 hours. It's like, yeah, 3 hours, and it's like if you're not in the cascading palisades like safety walls, your characters are dead. Like you're out in the if you're
Yep.
not like setting up like, okay, well, we're gonna set up, like Overwatch and all this stuff in an area and like survive the night. Yeah, that's fine, but like it's like if you're not in a safe zone at the time the game's over, like it's you're done.
It's just done. You don't even do like a roll
I
to
probably
see
would.
to come back.
I kind of say it to him. I know that some of these guys are in here listening. I say it to him, but obviously,
Well,
I
don't
wouldn't
tell them
do it.
you're dead. You stay outside. You're dead. That's it.
It's a big thing too to get them to cut the BS and then get right to work. So like we do a lot. Like I mean, we're technically playing all the time. Like they're like, well, I want to do this in town, and then I'll have them roll. Like one of them might be on their lunch break, and then we're in the Discord chat, like rolling dice and doing kind of like the bookkeeping side of things. And then come Thursday, it's go time. Then they can hit like 8:30 comes, and they already have a plan of what they want to do.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to try and keep it. I definitely try and do that, especially in with my in-person games, is to try and do all the bookkeeping stuff and buying stuff. I'd like really quick at the beginning, or like in between sessions, like, oh, I need to buy this, I need to do that,
that's
or whatever.
That's what that's for.
You definitely don't want to spend half the session shopping. But so that's cool. Yeah, I considered it running. I don't know. I just because it's easier to get players, and you could do something like that with a drop in, drop out type of thing. And plus you can go later, right? Because you don't have to worry about, oh, I got to go home and I got like this. On a VTT, that 11 o'clock hits and you're like, click and roll over, and you go to bed and fall asleep. It's not like, oh, it's 11 now, I got to drive home and and get ready. Like, you're already not wearing pants, right, to run the game online, right? Because you don't need to. So, it's just,
I mean,
it's so easy.
It's all physical. We all roll our physical dice, and I keep notes physically. It's like we're all essentially in the room. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It's not VTT where you're like clicking and like a digital dice is not really rolling right, and it's kind of just like bouncing over the screen, and it's I don't know.
I guess I had some issues like early on with some of my games that switched to online during COVID. We had people that, didn't want to get together and stuff. And I mean, obviously, but like, and we tried like the Discord thing, and I had issues where some of the people in the Discord while I was running, like their name would pop up and it would say that they're playing this game. Like, oh, so and so is playing Magic Arena or whatever.
Oh, we talked about that. Yeah, like so
it was
someone
like
in the game.
And I'm like, come on. Yeah, he's like in the game. And then it's like, I get around to that person and he's like, oh, what happened? And I'm like,
oh, man.
What do you mean? Dude, you're playing Magic. I'm going to kill you. Like, what do you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Edgelord. CNY is a pants optional convent. No, I probably shouldn't say that out loud, even as a joke. Probably shouldn't even say that as a joke. Everybody has to wear pants or shorts or
it's June,
something.
So shorts are probably fine, right?
Shorts are okay. Skirts are okay, so long as you can to the tip of your fingers or whatever. Is that the rule? When you put your hands at your side, they have to be at least like they can't be above the tips of your fingers. Isn't that some rule or something? I don't know.
I thought it was no shorter than 2 inches above the knee, something like that.
Oh, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Sounds like Roger's making stuff up.
I'm making stuff up. What about kilts? I mean, I have a kilt. I've worn it on occasion. I know Jason has a kilt. I have seen him wear it on occasion. I think he showed up to a game night once wearing it, and I broke his chops about it, and he never wore it again.
Not true.
No.
I wore it because I had just gotten off at work, and I had worn it at work that day.
Yeah.
I was told I couldn't wear jeans anymore, and I said, okay, no problem. So I came in the next day in a kilt.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. It's definitely the way to do it. So, oh boy, we're going to have a problem. we're going to have a problem. Okay. All right.
I had a question for Brian.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I'll wait. I'll wait till after we do this stuff because then we're going to talk about your game. It's a question about your game, so we'll wait till we get into that.
So, Jason, what do you got? You got any? I know you haven't been up to any gaming.
I didn't
better
get to
not
play this weekend. That did not make me happy, but it would just been Ken and I looking at Roger bored out of our minds. Not Roger's fault. Just 2 is terrible. You need 4. I like 5 people at the table. Anyway, and the only stuff I've gotten is my box of maps as well. And I was very happy that you got yours because I didn't want to have to pick that thing up. It weighs a ton.
It does.
It's my 4th set. And I had the previous 3 stacked up on one of the top shelves. And when I put the 4th up there, it made my shelf system a little unstable. So I had to pull them all down. Yeah, so I put them down on the bottom where they're supported by the floor. Tom Kartos, man, we met him at one of the pages we went to. And both of us were like, whoa, check out these maps. So, I think both of us have all 4 bucks, don't we?
What really got to me, too, is because I think you had asked him, hey, did you do this in Dungeon Draft? I don't know if you asked him that or even
I asked him what
like Dungeon Draft. Did you do it? And he's like, no, I hand drew all this. Which is good, fantastic.
It wasn't Microsoft Paint. What do you say he used?
I don't know if he's using Photoshop or
Photoshop. That's what it was. It was Photoshop.
But he's definitely drawn it. Yeah, he was drawing it by hand.
I was amazed by that. Yeah, that's everybody knows I love cartography. So when I saw it, the box is like that thick. There's dozens of maps in that thing, and we're on volume 4 now, and I've got the modern, which did not come in a box. It's just 2 of the map binders.
Yeah,
they're great, man. The guy does really cool stuff. Yeah, it's great.
Edgelord bought Birthright. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Other than that, I really got nothing, man. I was away on 2 weeks vacation. I told you I was walking down the street in one of the towns with my wife, and I saw a sandwich board. There was a D&D seminar And Stephanie saw it and she was like, "Oh, you should go to the seminar." And I was like, "Well, one, I'm on vacation in Wales. I'm not worried about that." And I looked, and it said Dungeons and Dragons seminar, but the sandwich board had like rainbows and unicorns, and I was like, "Oh, and they're 5e." I'm not interested. It's just not anything I want to talk about. So,
yeah, cool, good times. Yeah, Stan, what do you got? You've been doing some gaming, right?
Yeah, I did a little. I actually played 2 sessions of Draw Steel this week. And,
how was it?
So it was interesting. So we're just trying to learn the mechanics of it. So all we did was they have an adventure you can download, tome of something, and we went through that. There was 4 of us, 4 players and the game master, and we went through that. It's a very tactical. Like, I never played 4E, but like there was people at the table that played 4E, and they said that it reminded them of that. So from what I saw of it, I think it would actually be a fun, like, miniature skirmish game.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. Like, I had their version of a halfling assassin, basically, and like the different combos of abilities, like trying to figure those out, like as you're learning it, and realizing the things you can do. That was kind of fun. The guy, that my friend Brendan that ran it, is planning to do more with it. He wants to do like a West Marches style, because scheduling's been really tough for that group. So he's gonna do a West Marches style game where you can just pop in, pop out, and he wants to dive more into like the role playing game aspect of it. We just focused on like the combat in the 2 sessions we played, just so we could try to learn it. But I don't know how it is as a role playing game, but as a miniature skirmish game, it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, right? We kind of touched on this last week. Like, any game could be like a role playing game, right? Because that's all, on top of, like, there's generally, you're not using rules for that. You're just kind of winging it, I guess, right? And so, like, you could probably do that with anything. I don't know. I mean, the game's not for me. I don't, you know what I mean? Like you said, miniature skirmish kind of game type of thing. I mean, I've heard that it's good for that, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we had Battle Mat, and I brought a crap ton of miniatures that we used, and that part was fun. Looking at the character sheet, there isn't much on there that doesn't have something to do with combat. You have some, not even, I guess we'll call them skills, but I don't know if that's what they're called. And some of them are, we joked, as a skill for like flirt. I have no idea. I don't have the book, so I don't know what that means. But all 4 of our characters had that. There's like history skill and stuff like that. But
sure.
And like Paul was saying last week, that it has like an interesting negotiation mechanic. We never used it. I mean, we solely 100% focused on combat. So I think if for a miniature skirmish game, so far it is actually pretty fun. We'll see how it goes as a role-playing game. We'll see. And the only thing I got was, that was the only gaming I did. I did 2 sessions of that. I got this is a Call of Cthulhu, or a Cthulhu Crawl, for DCC. My friend Brendan knows the author, and he gave him a bunch of copies, so he handed them out to us. So it's pretty thick, actually, for an adventure. Pretty thick.
Yeah.
But it's by Job. I'm gonna butcher this last.
Job Bittman.
No, Steiglitz. Butcher it.
No idea. Sorry.
No idea. Me either.
You mentioned DCC, and the only Job I know that's been associated was Job Bittman, I think. But
yeah, it's set like all of them. Well, most of them 1920s. But it's for DCC.
That's interesting.
I haven't had a chance to really dive into it, but yeah, he made it, and my friend had a bunch of them. He gave each one of us one.
Yeah, cool, good times. I have the Rogue Trader RPG.
Not the same thing.
Not the same thing. No, I get it. I know that's the minis game, right?
Yeah. So original 40K was called Rogue.
Well, did we lose you for a second? We lost you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. No voice. No voicey. So
is that better?
Yeah.
Like my mic just like it was Games Workshop cutting in.
Games Workshop.
Cutting me off.
They're like, nope, we're not going to let you talk about this.
You can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Bitman dropped off the face of the earth. Okay. That's guess that explains that. Yeah, I had the Rogue Trader RPG. Yeah, I have like the old 40K books. I've got the 3rd edition rules. That was like the set. Like I bought like a set that came with a softcover 3rd edition book and a bunch of Space Marines. And I think
probably
they were
orcs.
Yeah. And I think they were all 25 millimeter back then. And then so if you look at my Space Marines compared to like the modern ones, mine are like, like so small.
They're Primaris Space Marines now. It's a different breed of Space Marine.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know there's a whole like thing. Like I'm not qualified to talk about 40K in any way.
Well, it's pretty much just Games Workshop to sell you more minis.
Yeah, sure. I bet. But I don't know. I just that's not a game that I ever really got into. Like I said, I tried a little bit, but then it's like too much like work to get into it. And I remember I had some issues with people that I tried to play with because I painted my Space Marines blue because that's how the book told me to paint them. And they were a little off because I used cheap, whatever cheap paints that I had and not the official. So they weren't whatever Space Marine blue.
Right.
Ultramarine.
They were, they weren't ultramarine blue. They were,
how dare you
blue.
And I might be totally wrong on this, but I get this impression that Warhammer fans, a good portion of them, are just horrible people. I'm serious.
Not necessarily all of them.
And Games Workshop feels like WotC to me. Just another antagonistic, horrible company that hates their fans.
I'm going to take the Henry Cavill approach on that. Although I agree that Games Workshop is a dreadful company. I think they're spiteful and mean-spirited. But as far as the fans go, they're those guys are like that would bitch at Roger for having run Shade of Blue. They're just deeply, deeply passionate about the Warhammer.
Sure.
I can't hate on them for that. I can hate the company because I seriously think the company is dreadful. But I've stood there and watched guys play. I could never get into it. One, the price point is far beyond anything I'm willing to spend. And like Roger said, that's a job. And I've already got a job I don't like.
Yeah.
But I can stand there and watch guys play it and just the absolute intensity and passion that they display when they're, they've got their measuring tapes out or their lasers now. And they're like down to the finest fraction. I'm like, and these guys, they're really serious about it. I think that's awesome.
I think it also depends on where you're playing, right? Like I know my local shop.
Yeah.
They at Crossroad Games, they have, I think Wednesday night's 40K night. I've never played. I've played Necromunda there. I mean, they're more than welcome to, want more people. They're like, just please come play. They don't even give a shit if your stuff's painted, like I personally have a thing with that. Not anybody else, like me personally, like if I was playing with a dude, he didn't have stuff painted, I don't care about his stuff. It's my stuff I care about.
Right.
But I think it's all wholly dependent on where you play. And like any hobby, there are dickheads. And
I don't think that's why I said there's a portion of the fandom there.
Sure.
No, any fandom is that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a portion of, look, we're all old school gamers. There's a portion of the old school community that's just kind of horrible. They really hate on it. They hate on anything you do.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
for sure. I mean, we all, every faction has it. But I think we touched on it last week a little bit. We were talking about miniature games, and it came up about how they do combat very well. Obviously, that's what they're about. Whereas like role playing games don't a lot of times. And that was one of the things I was going to say this, and I forgot. But that was when I played Necromunda. I was amazed at how well it did 3-dimensional combat. Like, and having run role playing games where you have flying characters and all stuff, they do a horrible job with 3-dimensional combat. Like the rules wise, you have to wing a lot of it. But I was like, it was my first foray into like wargaming, and I was like, holy crap, this like works super well. You got your line of sight laser and all that. There's no questions. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun. I wish I had more time to do it. They play on Saturdays, but my Saturdays I'm usually running games or in games, so I don't really have a lot of them free.
Yeah. Yeah, Edgelord's a gatekeeping douchebag. Sorry.
Same.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I push more toward like the miniature agnostic games because I like using different, minis and stuff.
Well, that's the nice thing about like Necromunda, because with Necromunda, any miniature is a Necromunda miniature. So,
right, like same thing with Frostgrave. Just build your war band.
Exactly,
make it however you want.
Yeah, Mordheim same way.
Oh man, if only they would reprint Mordheim.
If they did it, I just wanted to reprint the original and not like update it or anything. Just make the original game. Because I was so excited when Warhammer Quest came out because I have the original. I'm like, oh, and then and I'm not saying the new one's a bad game or not. I just wanted the old game because I have the old game and I wanted like the extras and all that stuff for it.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like prohibitively expensive for anybody to get Warhammer like 95 now.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
I wish I'd bought it all.
It's like my like the last Holy Grail game of mine is a 95 Warhammer Quest. Other than that, I could just die because I have.
Yeah, I have the original. I have the game, and I have 2 additional characters, and that's it. Like there was 2 adventure packs. I mean, I've seen those things for like $600 on.
You'd be lucky for 600 now. It's like almost $1,000 for the base game now.
That's what I say. Like that was several years ago, so I can only imagine what they're at now.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a fun game.
Wow, that's crazy that it's that much. And even like the old Hero Quest and stuff, like all those games, like even though they reprint Hero Quest, like the old stuff is still up there. I don't think it's $600 up there. But
no, you can get an old Hero Quest for like $100.
Yeah,
I hope it's not 600 because there's one in the back of Roger's work van getting the crap kicked out of it every day.
I keep thinking about 3D printing and painting up a Hero Quest board. I've seen some really good models for it.
I can't remember the name of it. If you guys are on Instagram, I wish I could remember the name of it. There's a guy on Instagram. He's got to be from a different country. He has a series of videos of this terrain that he built. It's this ruined castle keep. It's massive. Like it is a multi-year project putting that together. And he did it over time. And he built that to play Warhammer Quest on. And I'm like, oh my God. Like
it's awesome.
And he started another project. He's basically, I don't know what he's going to play on it, but he's building one of the Drow cities. Like it's just impressive to watch. Maybe I can put it in the chat if I can find it. It's awesome. Like if you like that stuff, like that guy is inspiring.
That's cool. That's cool stuff.
It's funny, Roger. You brought up our conversation last week, and remember how I had said that D&D. When you talk about like Stan was just saying how like they don't do 3 dimensions well, right? Like war games do, but and I made the comment that D&D isn't great at anything. It's got the name recognition and it's what everybody's played for decades, and that's why it still exists. I mean, if no D&D had ever existed and you threw any edition of it out today, it might struggle to gain hold if that basis wasn't there. But what kills me about it is the people that are so hooked on it, like the 5e fans that don't care anything about what came before. It's so obvious. There's a Kickstarter that somebody just sent me that started today. No relation, obviously, to Brian's stuff. It's called Neon Odyssey, a space opera. This Kickstarter started this afternoon or this morning.
Yeah,
it's at 4.3 million right now.
Wow,
that's people that are just literally. I only play 5e, and it is a 5e supplement, so therefore it's got to be good.
Yeah, no, there's definitely people like that. On the Kickstarter, though, we got this this Kickstarter here that I put the link in earlier, but this is for Neon Bastards RPG, and that's Brian Shutters. That's gonna end. I'm bad at math. It's 38 hours from now, whenever that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow's or not tomorrow. Like what's Thursday at some point? So that's gonna
be Thursday at some point. Yeah, let's go with Thursday at some point.
I think. I don't know. I'm bad with it too. I was just trying to figure it out that it was going to be live while I was here, so I'm happy that that's
it's cool stuff. And you know, usually there's these Kickstarters, you know, people have the video there, and usually they're kind of just a lame overview of the
talking
game. Talking head or like prototype or something like that. And you managed to come up with basically like an 80s commercial type. I don't know if that was your goal, but or 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, 80s,
like commercial there. So I'd like to see if I can share this here. Let's see.
I'd like to watch it. It's fun.
Yeah. Let's see if I click that and I tell it to share audio. Did that? Oh, there's the thing. Okay.
Oh.
And so if I hit play and do this, does that work?
Welcome to the Cassette Apocalypse. Neon Bastards is a fast, brutal, no-prep tabletop RPG built for pure, unfiltered action. Tired of boring old initiative rolls? Introducing the Initiative Sack. Dump all your pogs into the sack. When your pog gets yanked from the sack, boom, it's your turn, baby. No dice, no math, no problem. Neon Bastards is designed to fit inside the battle binders. No more wasting time fumbling through the wrong book. Oh, did I mention Pogs included? So what are you waiting for? Back now!
Head over to Kickstarter now and back today. Operators are standing by.
So
that was great.
So that's just awesome, right? So
it's the Initiative Sack.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. I love the voiceover work. I hope you paid that guy well.
I definitely did. Yeah,
paid him in sandwiches.
So again, I'm bad at math, but it looks like we're at like 325% or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. Over 250 backers, 38 hours to go. You'll probably get a little bit of a bump when you hit the 24-hour mark. Probably, I think that's
There's that huge like fishtail, shark tail, or whatever at the end.
Yeah,
like the people following finally like either shit or get off the pot type situation.
And you got the limited edition lunchbox.
Yeah, gotta have it.
Which is awesome. Yeah, and I don't believe I'm getting the lunchbox. I don't think that's. I got the.
Is that real? It is a physical lunchbox.
It's a physical lunchbox. Yep.
Yeah, I love and the let's call it what it is. It's a trapper keeper, right? I don't know if you can say that.
Yeah, it's a battle binder. It's legally not a trapper keeper,
and it's like half size.
Yeah, A5 size. So like a Morkborg book. It's the size of a Morkborg book.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. I got to look at one. It's just fantastic, and I love the old school kind of the telephone number, one easy payment, as seen on TV stuff. So cool stuff. I don't know if there's anything here that you wanna showcase or talk about specifically.
I mean, yeah, whatever. It's all I don't know. There's a lot going on there for sure, but yeah, just showing off a couple of the page layouts and stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, you guys, I mean, check it out. I mean, if you look like this art and stuff is just fantastic. It just screams, Gonzo. Uh, and it's just awesome. Everything,
I like the
from
Hyperlux pledge.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm looking at the Hyperlux pledge. The Neon Lord will fly to anywhere in the lower 48 and hand deliver your rewards in a metal hand case in a handcuff case. And so I'm thinking, oh, he's going to drive 2 hours south and hand it to me.
That's that's what I told them. I told him that like last week. I was like, man, it's tempting, but like I don't want to waste that on driving 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I told you, Roger, I'll come down for free and hand you all your stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that's great.
For some Oshkin eats.
Yeah, there you go. We'll get some pizza.
So not
Gator.
knowing anything about your games here, Neon Bastards is completely different than Neon Lords.
So no, it's set in the same. It's set in the same universe. It just uses the Morkborg rules instead of. So original Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland uses the BX rules as kind of like a jumping point, and then I added some other stuff from. Like there's like to the max, like critical hit tables, fumble tables, and there's like class points you could spend. Like so there's some meta currencies involved, but it kind of takes all those ideas and compresses it down into like a tighter package of like the Morkborg rules. Which like honestly, like I've been having a blast like converting everything over. It's been super fun.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's that's up there. How do I stop sharing? Oh, if I hit stop, that should go back to. There we go. So yeah, it looks really cool. I backed it. I love the battle binder there. There's definitely some love for that going on.
Yeah, I mean it's a good idea. So like if you're just the player, you can put like all your accoutrements in it. And just the what is it, the scumbag manual, you don't have to have all the extra crap in it. If you're just a player, you just put in the book you want, and then you're good to go. And then if you're the Neon Lord of the game, you can put whatever you want in it. And then like the adventure at the time, there will be like hole punch to go in, and like the Scumdog manual, then the Neon Lord manual of Doom. You can have whatever you want. You can customize what you take to the game.
Yeah. Now, is that like I remember they did that or tried to do that, right? Like back in the BX days and and even in second edition, right? Mike was showing off. He had his so I think you had all yours print, right, Mike?
What?
All the 3-hole punch monster. Or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I have a comb binder. So I took all the PDFs for those and I printed them and then I comb bound them into a package.
But originally they were all like 3-hole punch.
Yeah, I still have the binder and a whole bunch of them, but
and it's a neat idea, to do that. You could put the stuff in there, and and looking at it, in person where you got the books and stuff in there. I mean, it just looks so cool, and it brings me back, to like I said, the quote unquote not Trapper Keeper days.
Right? Yeah.
Are your books, if you buy it with the battle binder, are those books hole punched?
Yeah, so you will have the option to have them hole punched or not hole punched.
Okay.
Because so Creature Creation, Brian from Vasgrim, he's publishing it and he's printing all the printed materials in house. So he's got a printer and we're doing it all ourselves. So it's even easier. Like the machine literally shits out a zine. It's ridiculous. Like he showed me a video. It's like it's all bound, like all the covers already on it and everything. You just put all the on the computer, and then like 5 minutes later, it just drops a book.
Yeah. I've looked at some of those machines, and they get really expensive really quick.
Oh yeah.
But you get the different sections, and you get like the printer, and then it goes to the folder, and then the stapler, and the trimmer, and it just goes through the whole thing, and boom, 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 and
I was thinking about
blank paper.
I was thinking about adding a UV printer. Maybe I should look that way.
Yeah, there you go. Well. There you go.
Does it ship from the States or somewhere else?
It'll ship from the States. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, it's definitely
most likely from me. I'll probably end up doing it all.
Oh, really? You're not going to have. Yeah, so you're going to have everything sent to you.
Well, there's like the skateboards that are coming because there's like a tier that does a skate deck. There's like the lunch pals, all the pogs come from the pog guy. That I like it all like combines. I'd rather just have it all here. I do it again because I do every other fulfillment, and then just ship it out.
Yeah. And when's the ship? What's the timeline look
so
like? So
it's probably August of this year. Like it's a hard stop on August because there is a battle binder month in September that's going to have more stuff and other battle binders involved. So I have to be done. That was the stipulation. I have to be out the door by August.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's easy. Cool. Like, didn't I do everything except for draw, and like most of the 90% of the art's done.
Nice. Great. Yeah, that's always good. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then editing. Don't worry, Jason. It'll be thoroughly edited.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. You're. I always think of you when I'm like typing. I'm like, dang it! All right, I got to look up how to do this.
I did the same thing to Chubby.
Jason's gonna just be shaking his head somewhere at me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, Ed's in the chat. He's my editor. He's good. He's a good guy. Like he's like the new editor. Remember we talked about?
Yes, he's not the first editor.
No. He's the new guy.
Excellent.
Well, newer. He's did a couple of the other books already. But yeah,
well, so Ed, you'll be graded live on air here when Jason gets his copy. So
yeah,
typos are just anti-AI.
Yeah,
typos are just flavor.
There's typos, and then there's glaring errors that make me go. Eh.
Well, and the worst part is glaring errors that like you paid for essentially. Like
yeah. It's different if it's somebody that's doing it for you and he hands you a semi-finished product.
You mean ones that you paid for 20 years?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So what happened was it's my first long ass story. I'll make it short. We were playing at Page, I think, or PAX. It doesn't matter. I don't know where we were.
PAX
playing.
Unplugged.
But we had a great time. We sat down at the table, and I said, "Can I play a ninja?" And Brian was like, "There's ninja in there," and I was like, "I'm sold. That's all I care about. I'm good." So we play, and as we're playing, I'm looking through the book because I bought a copy, and it was like just one error after another, terrible grammar, typos. It was bad to me. It was bad. And so we finished the game, and then we're all sitting there chatting. And by the way, the game was a freaking blast. And so
it was awesome.
We're sitting there chatting, and I was like, okay, I have to ask, man. And he was like, yeah. I said, who edited this? And he told me, and I was like, and you paid him? And he was like, yeah. So then we started talking about it. And I was like, I'm really sorry, man. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. It's just like, you should get your money back. This is really terrible. Yeah. So Ed, I'm glad you're on board. I'm sure you'll do a great job.
He did.
I'm rooting for you.
We got like the third printing coming out of like, so that is Neon Lord's classic. We're calling that line because it's kind of like a separate line now. And he's worked on the we've done a lot to that book. It's like not even the same one, like grammatically and all that stuff. Yeah, and he edits. Yeah. He does a great job.
So the copy that I bought there when we played, that was the second printing, I think, and then you released a corrected third printing. Is that correct?
Yep. Well, that's like a 2.5.
Okay, so what version is out now?
So there is floating around a third printing of the book, but I don't think I'll have some. There's like some soft covers. I'll show you at CNY. I'll bring you a copy.
I will buy one, of course.
Oh, you're gonna get it for free.
Thanks. I browbeat you.
Just because if you find an error in it, you can't be mad that you paid for it.
There you go.
You have a deal. I will just suck it up and play the game and have a great time. And Ed, that is a great reason to do it.
He'll hand it back to you at the end of the night with all red lines.
all the and I'll just hand it over to Ed.
I've been thinking about doing that to Chubby's Player's Companion. Sorry, I'm fighting with my flannel here. I'm laughing. I'm starting to get hot.
Will you have the third printing up on your store soon?
Yeah. So I don't like. Yeah, it will eventually. So Exalted Funeral is gonna be is printing like co-printing or publishing that one. So like it's got to go through them and all that stuff.
Okay,
cool.
First, so like it's kind of like a process.
So I know there's the website. I know you've got there's a link to the store there. I don't know
Yeah,
I just went to the store and it was 2.5 that's there.
Yeah, the 2.5 is like $25 for a hardcover. So I got a garage full of them. So I gotta get rid of them. But I mean, the all the content's still the same. It's not terrible as 2 was bad because like I paid a guy to edit it after the Kickstarter, and against my better judgment, I should have trusted it but verified, which I didn't. I just took it as the word and then just ripped it off without really ever looking it over, and I wish I didn't, but here we are.
Yeah. So obviously, tonight we're supposed to talk about well, we get off topic like really quick. And I don't know if you've paid attention to us. We start.
I'm always lurking.
We drift. we drift a lot. But yeah, we wanted to talk about Gonzo in gaming, and obviously, like, you're the prime person to talk to about that. You just look at some of this art, and it just has that kind of Gonzo vibe, and there's very few games I think that are out there that really kind of push that aesthetic anyway. I mean, obviously, Dungeon Crawl Classics kind of has that Gonzo kind of thing, and then obviously X Crawl is kind of that kind of the next level of that,
right.
And
that's like PG-13 or PG Gonzo.
Yeah, and you just went full, like you went full into it. I mean, with everything. I mean, and you went so far as to like, I love that the 3D glasses thing that you do. You got it, for some of the modules and stuff, right? You have
there's a fully 3D glasses module,
which is just awesome. And you got the paper cardboard or whatever 3D glasses, like the old school stuff, which is just, I mean, it brings me back. I mean, you're just like next level.
Thanks.
With that stuff.
Well, yeah, because the mutants in the book live in the 4th dimension. You have to wear the glasses to see them.
Right. I mean, it's just
so
it's just
you can't
awesome.
Hit them if you can't hit them if you can't see them.
Right. So you got to wear the thing, and then and then you've got this guy here on the cover of the what is it, the special edition? What do we call this?
That's the Total Carnage edition.
Total Carnage edition. Yeah, that's awesome. I got that's where I got my character sheet sitting in here, and this is fantastic. We got somebody scribbled all over the inside cover over here.
Very nice.
Which is fantastic. That was my that was like my stipulation for buying it.
Yeah, after I begged you for 45 minutes to buy a copy.
That's true. Well, we talked about Utica and everything.
No,
else.
I know.
Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, no, it's, and I'm really glad that I got it. It's fantastic. It's just crazy. So what inspired? I mean, obviously you're heavily inspired by everything crazy that happened in the 90s, right?
So like the Neon Lord's origin story.
Yeah.
So we were on deployment in Afghanistan, and we were playing 5e, and like we played it all the time. Like we were on QRF constantly, like quick reaction force. We got to sit in the building and wait for nothing to happen for 24 hours. So we would just sit and just crank out like 5e. That's all. Like they were hungry for something to do. We got up to 10th level in like 3 months, like keeping track of XP and everything. And I was just like, man, like, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. And we had a lot of fun, but it's like, I just want to make my own game. I want to make Masters of the Universe, the role-playing game, right? So then, like, I was like, well, everybody is going to be He-Man. Everyone's going to get a giant sword, and it's going to be awesome, right? So then, like, you kind of sit down and you think, like, it's not a lot of time to think, right? So I was like, well, that doesn't really work. Like there's a party dynamic for a reason, right? So then it's like, okay, well, He-Man did have like Man at Arms, right? So it's like, okay, so what kind of class is that going to be? It's like, well, you kind of need a healer class. So then, like a Holy Smiter, like Paladin Cleric kind of came in. And it's like, well, you need a spell casting class. So it's like, okay, so then I like this from this. So like a War Wizard that'll be like the spell casting class. So then it was just like taking everything I kind of liked from pop culture and just kind of adding it to the stew until finally, eventually, like Neon Lords kind of just like happened.
So you were running it like long before it was a thing.
Oh yeah. So realistically, I do say they were playing 5e, but they thought they were playing 5e, but it was really DCC behind the curtain. So like we had all the funky dice and all that stuff. They just, I mean, they don't know, right? They just think it's D&D. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then I had like my 5e, or my DCC book, and I was doing everything out of that side while they were just doing whatever. And and then so yeah, eventually on deployment, I was like, yeah, let's try this. So then we just started. I mean, I know Jason knows like those little green books, like the you'd get from Supply that are just blank, like the hardcover green books. Like that's the first Neon Lords rules are handwritten in one of those books. I gotta find it somewhere. And we just play tested it, and then
he'll be back.
Well,
there you go. You
froze
got me
up there a little bit.
Oh, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Right,
You're back.
Yeah, so we got back from deployment in like July, and then like those guys would come over like every Saturday, and we'd play, kind of play test it, and then it like got down to like why don't like we just kickstart this, like just so we have like copies for ourselves. That's all I cared about, was just like if I can like kickstart some books and then just like have copies, if we just get it funded, and then like I can like give out copies, my mom will be proud that like I made a whole book, right?
Yeah.
So first Kickstarter did like really, really good, for me by myself. So then it just kind of like snowballed into like, okay, well, this kind of, people are liking this. So like, why not just like continue writing more stuff and expanding like the Neon lore, if you will, and then like just make more supplements and more adventures and everything. And then realistically, COVID helped a lot too, because like once COVID hit, I had all my notes and I had everything, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just compile this into a Google Doc. And since everyone is around, I was like, hey, I made a game. Do you want to check out my Google Doc? And I sent it out to who knows, like hundreds of people at that point, right? And then like obviously like some people don't ever write back. You never hear anything back from them. Sure. Some people are like, hey, like, maybe if you did this or changed that a little bit. So I had a little constructive criticism, and then kind of just made it into what the first printing ended up being. And I'll have you know, Jason, that Warhammer First Edition was rifled with typos and grammatical errors, and look at what that turned out to be.
That's fine.
Get them.
I hope you get that big someday.
I just kidding.
And you should find that book where the rules are handwritten and put it in a safe deposit box so nothing happens to it.
Yeah, I have to find it. It's been racking my brain. I gotta figure out what
at some point that'll be a museum piece. In fact, that should be in the game as some kind of artifact.
Something you could find.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I gotta find it. So then
just listen, just for the fanatics that may or may not be out there after you're gone, let's maybe leave it in the box, but put a note on there, a little post-it that says, these are the rules as written, not the rules that I ran it by. Because if somebody finds
the Gary Gygax route,
the first edition book, and then gets a little fanatical about following the rules, I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to get
But his name's Roger.
No, not me, not me. There's other people that are out there. No, I'm not fanatical about first edition is the only way to play. And
I'm waiting for you to start telling me the 1-to-1 time is the only way to play. That's
no,
coming
it's
soon
it's
from
not.
you.
It's not. You play whatever you want to play. I mean, I like 1-to-1 time. I'm actually thinking about changing 1-to-1 time
And this is how we get off topic.
to be something completely different that I don't think I'm ready to talk about in public yet. But well, at least here to everybody. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Looking forward to meeting you at CNY. Well, I don't know who you're talking to, me
That's
or
who knows,
everybody.
but that's Ed. That's
the editor.
Yeah,
yeah, it's the
editor Ed.
Yeah.
Ed Murphy will be there. Not to dox him on, but his name's in the books. You can literally find Ed Murphy.
Well, yeah.
But he'll be. He's
Cool.
coming
We'll
down.
all be there.
I got some
Yeah,
Neon
we'll all be there.
Maniacs coming. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. We love Maniacs, you know. So Edgelord said something. Goodman got the rights to Elric.
They did.
Is
Yeah.
that, they did. Interesting. I wonder how that's going to turn out.
No, I don't work there anymore.
It'd be interesting. It's interesting, right? I don't know. I don't know if that fits DCC really well.
Well, yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think he'll do a good job.
Sure.
Joseph's phenomenal.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, the system seems a little too, maybe a little too out there. I don't know. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think they've done a great job with the IPs that they've got.
Yeah.
Like Lankmar and things like that. I think have been really well done. So, it'll be fine. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, also looking forward to meeting you at CNY. That's my daughter. So my daughter's she'll be at CNY. Right now she's got her green hair and everything, so she looks like she belongs in one of your books.
Yeah, right.
So
my concern is that she's Roger's daughter 218. Where are the other 217 of your children?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know what
race.
I don't know what the 218 is. I should probably know. I mean, it's not her birthday. It's not my birthday. I have no idea. Maybe it was February 18th when she set up that account. I don't know.
Maybe Roger's daughter was taken, and that was the one that recommended
the default recommendation.
Roger's daughter 1 through 217 were taken, so I went to the next one. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, don't ask about the other 217. Yeah, they were sacrificed. Oh, it's Noodle's birthday, which is the cat that's in her profile picture. Now we know.
Makes sense.
I think everybody wanted to know that. So
yeah, and her first when we first started doing this, she used to log on as Noodle the cat, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it was Noodle the cat, but then nobody realized that she was my daughter, and she had to explain it. And then she was saying things on like Tenkar's stream, and then she had to keep telling people that she's Roger the CNY guy's daughter and all that, until she was finally like, "Oh, you know what?
I give up.
I'm just gonna just make it Rogers." Yeah, Chris.
I understand.
Yeah, Chris. I don't know any of my animals. The animals that we have, I don't know any of their birthdays.
Yeah, they don't care about that nonsense.
My wife and daughter, they care about that. I pay for the presents for the stuff, but yeah, thanks, Chris, appreciate it. So, yeah, no, it's fantastic, and I try and lean into the Gonzo like when I can. It seems like a lot of the players like in my games, they don't. I don't know. It seems like they push against it, or they don't want to kind of do like like if I went too far out there, I think there would be some pushback.
Right.
And I just kind of sent a questionnaire out, and we talked about that a little bit, and I got some. It was all over the board. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think that's partially true, but I also think it depends on if. For instance, the first game that I played with Roger in long form was DCC's Un-American Guide, and and he was telling me, when Roger and I met, we immediately hit it off. So I was like, "I'll play whatever, man. I'm just want to play," and so he was telling me about it, and I was like, he's like, it's Mad Max, but it's like
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm back. I think
You're back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Mad Max.
Yeah. But it's like way over the top, and I was like, man, I don't know. But then as we started playing it, I had a blast, and it was way over the top. But because Roger had told me this is what you should expect, I didn't go in thinking it's sci-fi with it's not Fallout or Cyberpunk or anything like that. It's Gonzo. And so I think as long as your players understand what they're getting into, the threshold is going to be much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, no, right. And obviously like we're playing a fantasy game, and so like to transition to that while we're already in a fantasy game or whatever, it's a higher bar, right? To get over, because it's it is what it is, right?
With the Neon Lords, it's called the Neon Lords of the Toxic, the Toxic Wasteland. And you don't look at this cover and think, oh, that's normal. This is gonna be very low key. Everything about it screams, hyper explosive.
This doesn't look like generic fantasy to you?
No, no, it doesn't. Not at all. And I have my ninja, by the way. I found them.
Nice.
And they're not actually called ninjas. They're
Night Stalkers.
Night Stalkers. That's right. Yes.
There you go. Cool.
Ninjas are the bad side. They're the creeps of it,
Yes.
like a true ninja. But Night Stalkers are the followers of Chuck Norris, and they
that's right.
They use ninjutsu for their own personal gain.
R.I.P. Chuck Norris.
Yeah. R.I.P. Chuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's a god. He's literally in the Neon verse world, they're like perpetuals. Like he's like one of the only of the flesh gods that have lived long enough but he's like god status in the game. Chuck the Walker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was Chuck, because it was the whole Texas Walker Ranger thing. Chuck Norris, I think, it was great. I had a blast. I just remember my character running across the crates in the warehouse, and so like I'm sneaking across the crates and coming down on guys with my sword. That was such a good time.
Yeah, I love that. I love running that one, that warehouse part, because it goes no two-way. It's never been the same twice with a group. Everybody does it completely different, and it's beautiful to see.
Yeah. No, it was a blast. I mean, you're definitely an awesome GM and all that. The only thing that was the only comment I'll make is you had that. I don't know if it was from Kickstarter or what. You had that digital dice roller thing.
Yeah.
That was like, I don't know. You're like clicking the button, trying to get it to go.
Trying
or whatever.
to, yeah. It's not here right now, and I have all my manual dice. If that tells you anything. And
then you're like, oh, I got to roll 2d8 and whatever. So you like click the thing, you wait for it, and then you gotta like click it again or whatever.
Wanted to like it. It just didn't work out.
No, it was a neat idea, right? It's definitely a neat idea.
Yeah.
But we got to build one that's like a calculator looking thing, and then you just push a button and it rolls that die, and it displays it on the screen with some like 8-bit graphics or something.
Ooh, and like a speaking spell too. It'll say the number out loud. That'll annoy everybody.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Or that'd be awesome. An exploded scale model of one of those Casio calculator watches that all my friends had in the 80s.
Yeah, there you go.
I couldn't afford one of those. But
when Jason held up the cover and he's like, "Oh, this is not normal." The only thing I could think of is I'm going to sit down and read that book, and I got to put in some Bad Religion and crank it up while I'm reading the book, because that's just to set the tone.
Yes, that would do it.
Yeah.
Black
Bad
Flag.
Religion,
Any of that 80s punk, that would do it.
Yep.
Misfits will help a lot too.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have a soundtrack or anything that's
so there's an official playlist on Spotify that
really?
It's like fan submitted. Like for a while we were like, hey, give me your Neon Lords tracks, and we put it in a huge thing. And then there's also a band called Neon Warlords. We're doing a soundtrack together. 2 songs are out, so that one, the song you hear in the trailer of the Kickstarter commercial, that is one of their songs. That's Welcome to the Gnarly Age, or I think it's Welcome to, in parentheses, the gnarly age or something. And then they did a one called Mutant Warfare. They're 2 songs so far based in the Neon Lords world. And then eventually it's going to be a full album with an adventure that goes along with it.
Was that happenstance that the band, like, that they named the band that, or are they fans? Or?
No, so they were like, I didn't know them at all. And then a buddy of mine, who's a fan of the game, was like, hey, you need to get a hold of these guys. Like, not only do they have like the same vibe, like the lead singer has like I don't even, like UV or like light up nunchucks on stage and everything. It's just 2 guys.
Nice.
Yeah, and then he's like, you need to get a hold of them because they're like they stepped out of your game, or like out of Neon Lords, and their name's Neon Warlords, right? So it's like a win-win. So I mean, I hit them up, and then we had some Zoom calls, and we hit it off, and they started just making tracks and kind of building it. It's, I mean, obviously it takes a while to make an album, so it's been a labor. We sat down and was like, okay, this is what we want like the plot to be, and like there's like a fake other band that they're gonna make songs for them, like nice. In the it's like a mutant band that they end up battling and stuff.
That's awesome. Are they gamers?
Yeah. So that was like a big thing too. Was like, hey, like we like games, we like like all the same stuff. Like it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat cross promotion kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, that's awesome. And so the soundtrack, they're going to release the album, and are you going to be like, you going to have it available with stuff, or?
So it come to find out, of cassette fits perfectly in where a Genesis cartridge would fit in a Genesis box. So we were looking at doing it, put the cassette in there, and then kind of like a starter box. So you'd have like the Neon Warlords pre-statted up on A5s.
Sure.
And then have like the adventure in there, and then like a 6-start like to help you go. And then like if you already have the book, you don't need the 6-start guide. You could just, throw it, burn it or whatever, and then just have the adventure ready to go.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to find a cassette player now.
Yeah, then obviously we'll have it digital. Like you probably get a digital.
Oh, sure.
Digital
but I mean,
code.
like at the table or whatever. Like, it'd be cool to just pull out the old, the old cassette player and do it that way. The old boom box or something.
Yeah, and then you pop it in, and it eats the tape, and you're like,
yeah, right. Then you got to pull it out, string it out, and then you stick the pencil in there, and you turn it, you got to rewind the thing, and okay, we'll try this again. Yeah, I can't wait to hold up a D&D session because I had to rewind a cassette tape.
Well, that's why the old D&D ones were on CD, so you didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. That's cool stuff. That's. I can't believe. So are they going to have some stuff in the cassette, like in the paperwork or the cassette, like for the game, or like any?
Yeah, so that's like standard nowadays, right? When you see like every game has a cassette soundtrack now, and it's always like there's always an adventure in the fold out and a map and everything. Yeah. With the cassettes or with the records or what CD, whatever it is. Yeah, they're always kind of doing that stuff. Yep.
So that's interesting. That'll be really cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in for that. So it's going to be a while before you get those.
I'll link up with them. I'll let you know. I'll give you a timeline at CNY for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, they have like regular jobs.
Right.
So, but yeah, I haven't talked to them in a while, so I'll link up and see what they got going on.
Yeah. I mean, we can't all be full-time game developers,
Right.
Can't all do that,
Yeah, just hang out.
Just hang out on streams and just play games all day.
I wish I could play games all day. I just don't have any friends.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's all you're doing, Mike, right? You're
well, I got one game
retired
a week.
now. You hang out, you game.
Yeah, but Stan's the guy with like 5 games a week.
Yeah. Decato's living the life that we all want to live. That's what that is.
I'm
that's pretty good.
I'm too busy printing and painting because I like money.
It's true. So I don't know if the rest of you guys know this, but Brian has a convention coming up. that is online only.
Yeah.
Right, online only. Well, yeah. I guess we could show up to your house and knock on the door, right?
Theoretically, you could, yeah, but
we come over. But I put the link in the chat. I'll put it in the private chat so you guys can take a look too. You guys want to check that out? And it's like $2. I bought a ticket just to support you. I don't know what I'm doing that weekend.
When is it?
I got to see if we're doing anything.
It is May 22nd and May 23rd.
May 22nd, 23rd. Yeah. Yeah. Cool stuff.
Neon Con 3D. So it's our third time doing it. So it's like a Friday night and a full Saturday where we run games, and then every night we all sit and watch a movie together. Like we did some ninja movies on Neon Con 2 and Neon Con 1. I think we watched Neon Maniacs, because most people have no idea what I'm referencing when. So yeah, you're a Neon Maniac. It's but it's an actual movie. So we watched that. I don't remember the other movie, but since it's 3 and 3D, we're gonna watch 3D movies. So you gotta wear your old school 3D glasses and watch them.
Just gotta have the glasses on. That's cool.
Gotta have the glasses, but it's a secret. Nobody knows what movie it's gonna be until it plays. So,
nice.
I think you should run Ice Pirates.
Oh,
I would. Yeah, Ice Pirates. I used to do movies a lot. I would just stream them, and we would just sit and watch them. And Ice Pirates was on my list to do because that movie is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of events here, right? We got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot
going on. Pretty cool.
A lot of good stuff. Yeah. Some obviously Neon Lords, some Neon Bastards. Weird Heroes of Public Access, I think, has a few games. I think John Hambone McGuire has a few for his 3-2-1 action. I don't know. He just did them today when I was at the shop. So I was at the comic shop. I get to go and hang out and bullshit with comic people all day today. But I don't. So there was some new stuff I approved, but I don't remember what it was. So you'd have to
cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. A lot of neon bastards and Neon Lord stuff. Yeah, Saturday Night Watch Party 3D movie. That's cool. That'll definitely be a good time. I got to see if I can make it and jump on. I did buy a ticket. I'm number 4. I didn't jump on soon enough to get number 1.
Yeah, and it's all over the Discord. There's all the different Discord channels. There's a bunch of slime zones, we call them, that all the games are running. And then we also are doing Neon Combat all day, both days, where you can 1v1 someone with your character, and you could go up a tower challenge, and then the winners of both days are gonna combat each other at the end for the Neon title. Yeah,
that's awesome. And that you're just rolling up characters in the game.
I'd say you could bring a character. Yeah, this is our first attempt at Neon Combat.
Yeah.
So we're kind of working out the kinks and trying to figure it out, but we didn't have it ready for CNY, but Pittsburgh Gaming Expo I go to every year. We're gonna do a full on Neon Combat all day table setup, but that's going to be running the skirmish rules. So Neon Lords also has a skirmish game called Violence Action Cash Prizes, and it's going to run off of that rule set live, a big arena.
Cool. Trying to click on this comment here. Chris asks if it's the blue and red neon, or the 3D glasses. Yeah. I kind of lost. There it is. Okay. I'm back. I don't know, when I came back from sharing the screen, it didn't like that. So yeah, blue and red 3D glasses. That's awesome. And you got those available to purchase. I mean, I'm sure you can probably pick them up, right? They're probably.
I haven't had any, but like there's like Neon Lords branded ones with Mutant Hive Wars, the game, or the supplement, and then I mean you can go anywhere. You can wear your own from any other way you have 3D glasses. I mean, personally, I have a pair from Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare that
nice.
I will be wearing.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely. I don't know what I got going on yet, but I'm gonna try and at least get in for the movie or see what else is up.
Yeah,
but
it'll be fun. It's always fun. Yeah, it's always a blast. The first time we did it was like one day, and then we're like, man, this was so much fun. So then we just do it like that Friday night. And then if you really want to get froggy, that the Thursday before is the Wasteland Marches game. So you can play Wasteland Marches into a full Friday of Neon Lording, and then all of Saturday you can nonstop Neon Lords for 3 whole days. If your brain can handle it, it might explode at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe we'll see. We gotta see. That's cool. I definitely want to check out the Wasteland Marches game. I definitely should jump into more online games. Like I said, I considered running some stuff online. I just I don't know. Part of me is just so against it that I there's it's like a stigma or what I just kind of don't want to do it.
Like the Band-Aid, just take it off.
Yeah, I just got to do it.
Well, I mean, think about it too. Like we get to play because obviously I live in New York and I have I hate to say fans, but people who enjoy the game on the West Coast and in Florida and stuff. Right. So we can all get together and they can actually play some games.
No, absolutely. And no, that makes perfect sense. And I get it. And yeah, I guess I should just start running online and see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do online games, but if I was publishing a game, you definitely run stuff online.
Sure.
You got to reach out to,
Yeah, because otherwise it's just local or when you show up to a convention or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You're pretty much screwed to convention. And convention gaming is hard because you got to run the table, especially when you're by yourself. You got to run the table and run games at the same time, and then it's it's kind of a lot and it gets tiring sometimes.
Yeah. So at CNY this year, what we decided to do is because I had this some of that issue last year. Not that it was a big issue because most of the vendors and guests had someone else to kind of look at their booth or watch their booth. But I ended up I'm placing the game tables in front of the booth or as close as I can to the booth. So you'll have a vendor table, obviously, because you're a special guest at CNY, and you'll have a game table that is in front of your booth or as close to in front of your booth as I can get. So this way you can kind of, if you can watch your booth or whatever, if you need,
Well, plus it helps too. If people are walking by and seeing oh, this game looks super fun. Where can I buy it? And I'd be just pull out my credit card reader and I'm right there.
There you go. Hey, it's just the book's right there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so last year, that was something that I didn't consider really. And so we had, people going into other rooms and all that. I kind of just let tabletop events handle the scheduling and assigning of tables. And then I've kind of, right. And I've kind of learned now, oh, okay, I need to separate all this stuff into zones and I need to name everything. And then I can go through and I can assign which ones are at which table and I can look at the schedule. And because the way that it worked is we had 2 tables in the main room that were hardly used because it just fills in, where it could. And so we had one table that wasn't used, I think, at all. And then another one that was only used half the time. So, so we're, making improvements year over year. That's the goal,
it's perfect
to get better. And, we're also doing a movie night.
Oh yeah.
On Friday, we're going to do Conan the Barbarian.
Very cool.
Sadly, you can't get Conan the Barbarian in 3D.
No.
But
if you could, you might want to avoid that one. That's the one you don't download, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. But yeah, no, that's going to be fun. We're going to do that. Conan, that'll be really cool. So yeah, fun times. But yeah, so yeah, so that's cool. So Neon Lords, you got Neon Bastards coming out. I know you got a bunch of other stuff. You've got some miniatures in the works, right? That was from
we did 2 miniature waves so far.
Yeah, and that was the previous.
Sure.
I know the previous Kickstarter had some, and that I think that we're still waiting on fulfillment.
So the first one's all done and out the door. The second one is about to get ready to start shipping. Like we're trying to find the right packaging material for it because we're doing it a little different this time. So we're getting that stuff and then waiting on the zine. So it comes with a zine. Once that comes back from the printer, we're out the door with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty quick then.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. Will you have minis at CNY?
I will not. So that's another big thing is we're trying to figure out retail, like how to sell them at cons. I mean, like there's a lot. There's like probably like 50 minis already. Like they pile. So like trying to figure out how to not only sell minis but books and everything else. Like, do you put them in the little plastic? Like do you hang them? Like, do you like peg them up? I guess, for lack of a better term. But like
that's what I would do with them.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually probably end up picking your brain about it, realistically, as I'm sitting here talking about it.
I'm assuming these are metal?
No, they are Cyocast, the first ones.
Okay.
And then now we're resin printing them. Like Saul, the sculptor, has upped his resin game to where he got I don't even know what it is. It's like he sent me the prototypes and the resin is like damn near plastic. Like you can run these things over with a car and they would be fine.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah,
I'd love to know what he uses for that. I mean, there's some like Elegoo makes. I think it's Elegoo. No, Frozen makes one called RPG resin.
Yeah,
it's very flexible. I've made some things with it. You can bend the swords in half and they don't break. And
really,
it's good, but it's expensive and
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have to see. He told me, but I don't remember any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. They you couldn't tell that they were like resin 3D printed at the in his factory.
So another question though, if you have that many minis and that much variety in them, and you're now at the point where you're resin printing them, you could always consider doing a Kickstarter for the STLs.
Yeah, so we're setting up the My Mini Factory now. Like Saul's doing all that because that's a whole nother story, nightmare story about working with a company like splicing and sizing and stuff. Like there was a whole to do that Saul had to deal with. So now he's going back re-splicing, I guess I think it's called or whatever, and figuring out so now. They're some of them had for the Cyocast had to be parts, some of the arms had to get glued on and stuff. But now we went back and now they're all just one piece. Everything is one piece. There's no gluing of any of the parts. So he reworked them all to a better print, and so now they're going on Mini's factory.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, so people will be able to buy the STLs. Do you plan on doing like a distributor thing or like a packet? Like if somebody pays, an extra $100 or whatever, they can print and sell the minis, or
that's up to Saul. I feel like when it comes to the mini side of things, if he wants to do it that way, that's fine because he's the one that's putting in the 3D modeling work and everything. And that was up to him about STLs too. I was like, hey, if you don't want to do STLs, that's fine with me. But he was cool with it, and however he wants to do it, he has my 100%.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I've stayed away from it for the first few years and just stuck with the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I've got thousands and thousands of minis. I do my own stuff, but I did minis for resin printed minis for a Kickstarter this year for somebody, and I wasn't thrilled about doing it because resin minis are fragile. Um, and I told him up front what he was getting. I said, you better order extras because if they break in shipping or something, you're gonna have to take care of it. And I'm like, this guy's a big mini collector. I'm like, what you're getting, so right. I'm going to package them well and they're going to get to you. But when you ship them out, if they break, that's not on me.
Yeah.
So
that's a whole other thing is breaking them.
But for me, going to conventions to sell stuff, I mean, like I told Stan, I'll print out a whole bunch of minis and set them on my table. And when somebody comes to look at them, I'll go, hey, walk over to the next table. He'll paint them for you.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Stan is definitely a fantastic painter. He's painting up. We're doing for the auction. Mike donated some terrain that he painted up. And then Stan is painting some metal minis that were donated by Emperor's Choice, the Arduin guys. They got metal cast minis. And that's like Stan's doing a fantastic. Like Stan sent pictures of this dragon and the was it the Valpyr? Is that the
the Valpyr? That guy's cool.
Like the first 3 pictures that you sent of that, I was like, this looks absolutely amazing. It's like 10 times better than anything I've painted. And you're like, yeah, that's just the base coat. Like, and then there's like series of like things after that where it's just the detail is just coming out and just painting stuff. And it just looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, those
I wish I was better at painting.
Yeah. I'm like no good at it. I've sent some stuff to Stan to paint up for some things I want to run at some conventions. That's so hopefully he can get those done. But
I think at some point Stan and I are going to have to make a trade.
Yeah,
I'm always open to
that. Yeah, fun stuff. So it looks good. But I think I ordered I don't remember what set it was of the miniatures that you had there on offer, but I got through Kickstarter there. I did order one set that I'm waiting for, and I can't wait. I think they were the baddies. Bad guys.
Yeah, probably the second wave. Yeah, you got the baddies coming.
Yeah, because they look awesome. So I can't wait to get them painted up and get some stuff on to the table. It'd be fantastic. So
is there a link to those somewhere?
That was that was on Kickstarter.
It was on Backer Kit.
The Backer Kit.
Yeah,
is that still open for late pledges?
I do not think it is. I don't remember. I'm not good at that sort of thing. That's like I don't remember that.
That's somebody else's thing. Do you have a link?
No, it's me, but I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. We can take a look. What happens if I type in neon miniatures? Minis.
I'm sure it'll pop up.
Is it this one or is it that one?
It would be the Riders of the Burp Warp would be the second one.
Riders of the Burp Warp. Let's see. There's the Deities and Demi Bros. There's the Toxic Wasteland. That's that. Oh boy. What is this? Oh, Burp Warp minis. Burp Warp minis. Here we go. We found it. That's how you know it's live, ladies and gentlemen.
It might still be open actually because I just
that upward in the chat there.
I just not close it, but I just collected the shipping because we're about to start shipping.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have the manage my pledge thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably just
do that.
I'm gonna see what you have, and I'll get Saul to just send me yours.
But it's cool stuff. It's definitely like reminiscent of like Muscle Men and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like my set like that I show off and everything. I have the good guys in neon pink, and all the creeps in like neon orange or neon green, because I'm never gonna paint them, so I might as well have them look like a monster in my pocket.
Yeah. Mike gets on my case for solid color minis. I'll print minis or whatever on the 3D printer, and so I print like a bunch of fire giants and a bunch of frost giants. And so the frost giants I just did in blue filament, and the fire giants in orange filament.
I love it. I'm all for it.
That.
It's like it gives it that
goblins that are green, and right, kobolds that are red, and driders that are like a purple.
That's how they are. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Triders
and I think purple. They work fantastic. But so Mike, he's not here to yell at me now, but he's like, got to have everything painted and stuff like, but I'm like, just quick and dirty, just do it, get it on the table. It's better than just using a disc or drawing something out, especially my art skills are borderline awful, so I can't do that. So that's interesting. But so those are cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get some of that stuff to the table. It's gonna be fun. Definitely in on this the Neon Bastard stuff. The Morkborg has been like hit or miss.
Right.
For a lot of us, the group. I mean, it's simplified rules, so there's a time and a place for it, I think. And some of it I think got out of hand with like readability,
that's the big thing.
I mean, I get that's the aesthetic,
right?
That's the aesthetic, that's what people like go for and stuff. But there's some, like, I think Pirate Borg has been done pretty good.
Pirate Borg is like, Pirate Borg and JP Starborg.
Yeah.
JP Covert Starborg. Like, how, like, that was like my main inspiration, like, was how they did their Borg. Because it was like, well, you could still do it cool as hell, and you could do it readable at the same time.
Yeah, right. Whereas like Morkborg, and I get Morkborg was like, it's like an art piece, but like, I can't, every page is different. You got to find the right, the right thing that you're looking for. And it's like, every page is different. And I don't know, it's just, maybe I'm just getting old, you know what I mean? And I just need things in like big print.
Necessarily.
It just gives me a headache looking at that mess.
So
I do not
like it. Cyborg, the cyberpunk version, when like the PDF, it literally does give me a headache to read the PDF of it. I have to look at it in the book form.
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah, some of that
my brain.
And I think some of it, like that's why I was drawn to like Shadow Dark, and that's what I'm running, now, just because it's, like readable text, black text on white. It's decently sized, you can, you can just read it. It's not like a fine print kind of thing. It's not all over the place. I mean, there's definitely something to say for, the aesthetically pleasing stuff and the art and, all of that. And I love all that, but there's also like, a legibility thing,
Right.
Chubby, thanks for showing up.
Line?
100-minute mark. Yeah.
Where's the line?
There's definitely a line.
And art. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with Gonzo too, right? Like, you can't go full Gonzo. You gotta, like, there's gotta be some like reality in there somewhere a bit.
Yeah. And I think you've done a good job with that and I don't know about, the new stuff, the Neon Bastards. If you went in, to the art things, I haven't really looked at the inside of that stuff, but I mean, with Neon Lords, it's still legible. Yeah. Like Neon Lords.
Yeah. No,
like you've got the cool art. But it's definitely, there's words, there's paragraphs, there's tables, I mean,
they may be badly grammared and punctured, but There are words and tables in paragraphs. Yeah. Sometimes a comma might be in the wrong spot. Yeah, but
it's good. It's easy to read. You know what I mean? It's very legible, which is which is fantastic, and that's hard to like. Generally, when you have like a Gonzo game or whatever, they make it so that it's that it's more difficult. Yeah. Chubby, that's a great question. What is the best layout design in the tabletop RPG space for readability and usability? Chubby, I like at this point, like I would say like any of the Shadow Dark stuff. I think for me is like layout and readability. I think
Shadow Dark. Yeah. Old school
Yeah.
essentials is really always up there.
Old school
for me.
essentials.
I don't know.
Everything.
I've given you my thoughts on it before. I'm not a big fan of the layout. It works great for
Sure.
It works great for as little text as Shadow Dark has. I
Sure.
mean,
Well, what would you say, Mike?
Well, I don't know if you tried to put a full rule set into it, you'd never be able to fit it in an A5 book like that.
Sure. But I mean, what's your best layout, for readability and usability? What's a game that fits that for you?
I don't know.
If not Shadow Dark,
I'll have to think about it.
You think about it. What do you got, Brian? What do you think?
Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. Duh.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
No, but I don't know because I like Rogue Trader, 40K Rogue Trader. The layout in that is absolutely insane and amazing to me. But I don't know. OSC does have a really good layout. Shadow Dark has a great layout. But the big thing about Shadow Dark 2 is it's the layout uses a lot of empty space on purpose though. That's
right.
That's a design feature that
but it also has a lot of empty space because there's a lot of empty space. I mean, if you compare OSC to Shadow Dark, OSC layout I think is far superior. There is definitely more packed on a page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you stripped out half the rules of OSC and made it big fonts and everything, then it would look like Shadow Dark. That's right. That's my only thing with it.
I mean, in the DCC rule book, I like that. I like that layout for what it is.
Yeah, sure.
I think every book has its merits for different things. I really like Cyberpunk 2020 layout book. That one. I mean, that was a huge influence on me. I love that book.
What
do you think? Hyperborea too is good.
Yeah,
Hyperborea.
Another insane. Yeah. That book, I can't even look at it. I just get sad. It's why didn't I?
I mean, I'm obviously biased because I've run it for so long, but I do like second edition D&D's layout only because what they did with what Zeb Cook did with the player's guide, player's handbook, and the DM's guide is they have identical chapters, identical layout. You want to find a rule, if it's chapter 10 movement and lighting or whatever the hell the chapter is, it's going to be the same chapter in both books. The player's handbook has everything the player needs. The DM's guide has maybe some further explanation of that with some other stuff that the player doesn't exactly need. So it's easy to find. It's all the same. Books that are no good, like 5e. Look at 5e books. They're a horrible layout. They don't have a good index. They just... I don't know. If you have to jump all over a book, even to just make a character.
Well, that's riffs.
They screwed up.
Yeah, riffs. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Me, it's like which ones do I like best? For me, it's easier to say which ones I don't like.
Yeah,
I agree. Second edition is great. Man, second edition was done very, very well. I like Shadow Dark. It's light, so it's the book is written. Or the book is designed for what's written there. I don't really have a problem with it, but I immediately think of org. I can't stand that layout. Castles and Crusades, the player's handbook is god awful. Every printing has been awful. You mentioned Rifts, all the Palladiums like that. I'm a big fan of Palladium. I like the company, I like the games, but there's no denying. Like you're talking about, if you have to flip around when you're making a character, dude. any Palladium game is like, oh my god, dude, I need to read 10 chapters to make
Man,
my mood.
And we did Heroes Unlimited, and it's one book.
Yeah,
one book, and the
You're
character
still
creation.
going through 3/4
We
of it
did
just to make your character.
We did like I remember I had like 3 fingers in the book.
Yeah.
At one point where I'm just like flipping and I'm like jamming paper in there. I'm like,
I use 3x5 cards. And I've just the book's getting fat with 3x5 cards. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's just got to flip back and forth trying to find stuff because every section of that was like written by a different person and it has to reference external stuff. Yeah.
I see him over my shoulder. Pick a game by Free League. It's my nightly Free League plug. Pick a game by Free League. The layout's outstanding. It's well thought out. Whoever designed the layouts for these has a legit designer degree. They're excellent. The art is all well placed inside the text. There's no real wasted space. There's nothing that feels crammed in. They're great, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Free League does a good job. Their books are beautiful. Everything they put out is just top quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 8.5 by 11 is, I don't know. It's almost more difficult, right? Like, because you have to have, columns or you have to separate things like
You've
that.
got
like
a lot of space that you need to fill up. Otherwise it's a waste.
And the layout of that, like, because you got to have like 2 or 3 columns or different blocks, it's harder to organize. Whereas with the, the half size stuff, the 5.5 by 8.5, you can just you kind of just put stuff on a page.
I'm not even sure what size these books are, and I know, like, I'm going to show this, and Jason's just going to be like, ugh, but it's in between your standard size book.
Oh, because of the off size.
Yeah. Well, no, not just that, but I prefer this over Shadow Dark and OSC with the A5. It's not quite a full-size book, but it's big enough to be able to accommodate other stuff where once you get an A5, you're tight on space. So, like, you either go with big fonts and lots of white space, or you're going to really cram it with small print if you try and put too much on there. Where these books, they're a weird size. Don't get me wrong. It's a weird size. I would rather just have a full-size book, but I would take this size. I don't even know what the size is here, but
I
mean,
it kind of like
right.
That's like
A5.
Yeah, well, OSC's A5, but that was probably probably like A4.
Well, I'll tell you.
Because the A's.
I'll measure it.
The A's go double. They go double or half.
These
you go up or down.
Yeah.
So like an A4 to an A5
is paper quality.
Right.
These are 10 inch by 6 3/4.
Yeah, that's a weird size.
It is a weird size, but that's, for whatever reason, Savage Worlds, all their books are that size. But I still prefer it over this. Although, like I said, I like this. This is a great layout. This works well. I think this looks better than the way Shadow Dark does it.
Yeah, and Dan is even he agrees with you. He said he loves the size of Savage World and Forbidden Lands books.
I like the
Chubby
A5
says
size.
Chubby says A5 on drive-through print on demand. You can't have premium color. It's standard color, black and white only. That's interesting. So I guess on that, Brian, you've had obviously Neon Lords is in the an 8.5 by 11 size thing. What challenges did you do the layout for this and for Neon Bastards?
I do all my layout stuff.
So what was like the most challenging part, I guess, of converting this to Morkborg? Like, I mean, size wise,
it's funny because like everything kind of culminates into something else, right? So like I have a Patreon that I do an A5 adventure every month. And then, like, at first they were in black and white, and then, like, as I started getting more Knights of the Slime Table, as we call it, I started doing it in full color now. And then, like, doing an adventure A5 color, 12 pages every month, kind of like, sharpened that tool set, my layout tool set, to to jump into an A5 it was nothing. It was easy because I already had the ideas of like, okay, well, I throw on a splashy image in the back, and then but like make sure that the text has like a bubble around it to where it's readable, and then you kind of just have like the basic layout design and then tweak the pages from there. It's kind of how I do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I know that you've got like in the main book. I mean, you've got some charts and stuff that are 3/4 of the page or whatever, and that's
right.
Definitely not going to scale down properly. I mean,
No.
obviously, you don't have that stuff right in the Mork board.
There's tables, but I'm kind of honestly getting away on a layout side of this boring conversation. I'm sure for some people, but like like the traditional like table, right, that has the borders around everything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting away from using those.
Something like this.
Like those. I'm kind of I'm over those.
And you just making a list, you're saying?
Well, making it more like a stylized list to where it's easy. It's gonna be easy to read, but like they're kind of a pain in the ass to make those, honestly. And it's just like I don't know. And then if it gets too close to the one side, it like drives me crazy. And then like I have to go back, but it's just like I'm just gonna get rid of them and just see what.
Do you use InDesign for your layout?
So I did use InDesign, but then like with their move towards AI, like heavy on the AI side of things, and then the subscription service I think is the criminal. I think it should be illegal how they do that. It was getting to where the point where it was like getting it was just expensive. It's like $120 a month to use like an Adobe suite. So it's like what is going on here? So Affinity, I bought it for $50 flat, and then I've transferred everything over to Affinity, and I like it a lot better, honestly. There's like a bunch of stuff that it does that like would take me like 4 or 5 steps in InDesign that I could do in one step. Like it's more like user friendly for absolutely for sure.
My wife works for Syracuse University in marketing, and they use InDesign for a lot of stuff, and they use Adobe for everything.
Yeah, of course.
And her and a couple of basically her bosses and stuff, they all went to the Adobe Summit in Vegas a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she said that was the whole theme the entire week. It was just all about what can AI do for you. I mean, and you got your keynote speakers there. You've got like Jensen, what's his face from NVIDIA, and that's all he's doing is talking about how great AI is going to be for everybody. And
sure,
their newest narrative is how many jobs it's going to create.
Yeah,
seeing it.
Yeah, well, the John Connor in me wants to say otherwise.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting the way that Adobe went with like you said, like the subscription model. Like I don't awful. Like I get it, right? Like from one side of it is like, okay, people want to get their updates, all the time in the new version as it comes out, and they don't want to have to worry about, oh, when the new version comes out, I got to buy this and install it. They'd rather just have the updates just rolling in. So I mean, I think it's okay for certain people, but like I think like for somebody like you or the smaller publishers, and like they just want to spend $100, buy version 2022 or whatever it is, right, and just buy it and then use that for 10 years.
Right.
You don't need all this extra stuff that they're adding onto it every day. And some people want to be on the on the cutting edge of that, and they want every little update thing that they add. It goes the same for for Photoshop or Acrobat or any of that stuff.
You used to go out and buy you'd spend like $600 for back in the day. You'd spend like $600 for the suite.
Yeah.
Right? But people then complained it was too expensive, and now look where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they pay even more.
Yeah.
We live in the worst timeline ever. It's all because of Harambe getting shot.
And we had I don't know. I mean, it was definitely different. I had the subscription for a little while. Well, I didn't. My wife did, but I mean, because she was taking some classes and stuff, and so she had like the student discount, and so it was like $30, $40 a month, I think, for the Adobe suite or something. So it wasn't that terrible, but still, over the course of a year, like you said, Mike, like over the course of a year on the student one, like that's how much you bought the entire software package for.
Yep. Yeah, it's absolutely criminal.
So yeah. But that's the model now that a lot of things have gone to. People realize that that the subscription thing, because less people actually use it, and they just get
they're banking on the people that forget that they have the subscription.
Right. That's why there's literally like 6 touchless car washes within 10 miles of me. It's the same thing. They get people on the subscription plan, and then they don't show up, and they just collect the checks, or what.
That's just funneling drug money.
Keep charging
the car washes.
Yeah,
it's not Long John Silver's anymore. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, who knows, right? But yeah, it's interesting.
Or mattress stores too, right? Like, why is there so many mattress stores that you never see anybody at, but they're always mattress stores? Is because they're funneling money.
Yeah. Chubby says AI has the amazing power to make your ideas come across as shallow and generic. I encourage everyone to use it. Yeah.
That's the great side of being Gonzo too. Like, it's like, how the hell did you come up with this?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. The Gonzo stuff, right? Like, I was trying to think of earlier. Mike, is that your dog?
Yeah, I was going to ask. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I got to go take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was trying to think of earlier, like obviously like games that are Gonzo, right? And obviously you go to, Neon Lords, obviously, Dungeon Crawl Classics, and kind of it's kind of, different games that they have. And there's a handful of other stuff that's out there. The Morkborg stuff, I think, it kind of skirts that. I don't know. It's
right.
Some of it is, some of it isn't. I don't know. It's interesting, but there's nothing that's out there. I think like they're either like all in on it or not. Like I couldn't think of anything that was just like this is a little Gonzo. You know what I mean?
I think we also coming into a world where a lot of that stuff is kind of just getting to the baseline, right? To like Warhammer 40K, get back to it always, like for some reason. Rogue Trader is Gonzo as hell, right? And then, second edition kind of brought it down. Third edition's where you start seeing the Grim Dark happening. And then now we're coming into the 11th edition, and it's corporate, like vanilla 40K nowadays, because it's trying to mass market appeal, right? So like all these games that like were crazy and off the top are kind of like getting pacified, I guess, for lack of a better term, to mass market. They just want more. The more people they can get into the game, the better. So like you're seeing less, I think, Gonzo in that sense, because people just don't want because a niche of a niche, but I would rather have 50 diehard fans than a million Fairweather fans, right? I would much rather make what I love and have people appreciate it than not sell out, but make something that's like middle of the road, milk toast, I guess, right, is the term.
Yeah. Just to sell more copies or whatever.
Well, I think that's like in every media. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but every media is going towards that milk toast. I feel.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a video I watched a while back. They were talking about like all the language changes in 5th edition D&D, and words they were taking out because they were problematic or whatever. And that was the exact term I thought of. I'm like, welcome to the most vanilla milk toast version of Dungeons and Dragons you'll ever find.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. So you wouldn't, I mean, this is a ridiculous question, right? But so you wouldn't consider like making like a version, like obviously like you leaned into the Morkborg thing and you're making that, right? Like you wouldn't lean into making like a mellow 5e version or whatever of Neon Lords, or is that secretly in the works and we don't want to talk about it?
So the Neon Bastards, no. So I wouldn't do that, no, because I'd have to crank it even harder. If I was going to do a 5e thing, I'd have to make it like go to 20 instead of 11, make it more over the top. But the Neon Bastards came about because I ended up doing skirmish rules for Violence Action Cash prizes that uses Forbidden Psalm as like the base. And that's like based on Morkborg. And so, and then I got into the battle binders with Brian from Vastgrim. And I was like, well, I don't have an RPG that fits in a battle binder, right? Because like I was like, I like the skirmish game goes in the binder and like all that's fine, but it's like, but I also want my RPG to fit in one too. So the idea was to take Neon Lords as is and convert it over to the A5 size, and it's like, oh my god, that's gonna be like massive. Like, there's no way that this is gonna happen. So then I went to Pittsburgh Gaming Expo and I met JP Covert, and he gave me all his books and his Starborg. I was like, man, this is awesome. Like it's a little zine for the first one, and then the GM has his own little zine, and it was like, man, I could just take Neon Lords, everything great about it, everything I like, and I could make a Morkborg version. I mean, I already did it for the skirmish side. So ideally, it was Neon Bastards was made to fit in the zine, to have a RPG that fits in the zine, and then I got to use like the zine format in Morkborg to showcase some of the other stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's the first building.
To showcase some of the other stuff that kind of falls to the wayside in Neon Lords proper. So like the POG initiative, that's in the book. That's just an optional rule. So I was like, I might as well take some of the optional stuff and make it the standard way in Neon Bastards. So yeah, obviously you can roll for initiative like the way Morkborg does. But like, why not designate, hey, I'm the Mohawked Skull. That's my POG. When that gets pulled out of the sack, it's my turn to go. So like just add a little bit more Gonzo to it. I mean, I think this is actually going to be more Gonzo realistically than Neon Lords Classic is.
Now we've talked about this a little bit on the show before. The initiative thing, right? Like I like that. I think that's cool to put pogs or something in the, where the colored chips even or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, pogs are cool because, they got different art on them and stuff.
Right.
To pull them out of the bag. But like we've talked about initiative systems before, and, maybe it's just the people I play with or whatever, but like they really need an order. Like that's why like Shadow Dark's been good, because we just go in a circle around the table. You know exactly where you're going to go, right? Like things like Dragonbane, it's like, oh, okay, everybody's got a card with a number on it. Everybody knows when your thing is up. With like CNC, we were doing it, and and even like back with like 3.5 or like whatever, D&D, I would just count down right from 20 or whatever, and until your number's up. So even then, like you have sort of an idea of when you're gonna go, but like not really, right? Because like there could be 3 people ahead of you. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I got a 15. I'm probably gonna go quick, but you don't know, there might be 1 or 2 people in front of you. But and so like that's always seems to be an issue, like with some people in my group where they don't know like when they're gonna go. So like I feel that when you pull that pog out of the bag and it's like, oh, it's okay, Fred, it's your turn. Fred's gonna go, oh, I don't know what to hang on, and then start looking at like what to do or what. I don't know if that's just my players, or I don't know what your experience is with that.
Some of them.
Well,
some of them, yeah.
I think part of that, Roger, has to do with whatever system you're running, though.
Sure.
I mean, if you're playing Shadow Dark and all of a sudden it's Jason's turn, it's not like he's got a whole lot to choose from. He should be able to pick it pretty quick. If you're playing something like 5e and they're going to get, paralyzed by all their options, that's probably not a good way to go.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, Delta Green surprised me the way that it's handled in there. Now, remember, you don't want to get into combat in Delta Green or Call of Cthulhu because it's so deadly. When you do get into combat, it's purely dexterity based. So you don't roll for initiative or anything. Who's got the highest dex, they go first.
Yeah.
And on to the bottom, and it works out well.
I think the system has a lot to do with it, but I talk about our group. We've got one guy who he doesn't play with us anymore. He moved, but as soon as it wasn't his turn anymore, he had his phone out. We got another guy that as soon as it's not his turn, he's talking to whoever's closest to him. Whoever's closest to him is now held hostage, and he can't pay attention, so they don't know when their next turn is. Those are real problems in the group, and and we've talked about it before. I'm not like telling secrets in school or anything. Just it's as much as it is the system, it's player discipline, and that's it's such a sore spot for me. It really is. I have a question about the Pogs thing.
Yes.
Are the Pogs cardstock paper Pogs? Are they plastic chips? And who pulls the Pog for the initiative thing?
So the Pogs are standard Pogs, so they're heavy cardboard.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the 6-month craze in the 90s of Pogs?
Yes, but I also remember we used Pogs as coins at the PX.
Yeah. So I know. I actually, it's funny.
Talk about Afghanistan. I know you had them there. Those are them. 25 cents at AFES.
Yeah. So they're a little thicker than these ones. They're a little bit thicker. This is the exact size of a Pog.
Cool. So they're built to last then.
Oh yeah. Pog is a little bit thicker than this. Yeah. So I would say the Neon Lord is the Pog puller, but you could do it however you wanted realistically.
Cool.
But there's some optional rules to where an 8-ball Pog gets pulled, something happens, or the poison Pog gets pulled, something happens. Cool. And then if we hit 20K, Skinner, the artist that did Mastodon covers, and he does a bunch of other art for things, he gets unlocked, and his 2 Pogs get unlocked, and it comes with a zine where if his Pog gets pulled out, the mist mutants will show up no matter what's happening. So you could already be in combat, and then the initiative's rolling, and if a mist mutant gets pulled out, it gets added to the fight. Or if for some reason you got to pull a Pog during another thing, some kind of other check, or if there's something that involves Pog pulling, and you pull a mist mutant, then a mist mutant shows up. Because that would be part of it. Okay, so you're going through, and something triggers an event where you have to pull a Pog, and then if it's whatever, then there's a chart. It's this Pog, this happens. This Pog, this happens. But then if you hit the mist mutant, happens.
Cool. So there are a lot of variables in the initiative system, optional variables.
Optional. Yep, 100%. I mean, you could still cool. Even in the first page of the quick reference, it still has the Mork Borg D6, scum dogs, as we call them, the characters in Neon Lords. On a 4 up, they go. A 1-3 is the baddies.
Cool.
Yeah. If you want to just stick to the
does the opposing side, do they have Pogs as well?
Yeah. So the creeps will have they'll be so the Neon Lord will be okay, these are this designates a creep's turn.
Cool.
So you could do it however you want if you wanted to really get nuanced and put a Pog in for each creep, or you could just do one creep Pog.
Sure.
Or if you have a powerful baddie, like a big bad, you could throw 3 Pogs in there that designate that he gets 3 attacks. And you could put a Pog in there that ends the turn, and you go to the beginning. You do a lot of.
That's something that I liked about Dragonbane is that they have got the ferocity rating, and so that means they get that many initiative cards, and then they make an attack in each one of those turns. I really like that.
That's cool. That's go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's if you were gonna do that with a D20 game or something, like you'd have to split it up so it's like, this is this attack, this is this attack, instead of doing like the full attack every turn or whatever. Like if it's a dragon, you'd say, okay, this one's the claws, this one's the bite, this one's
you could
the breath weapon or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of neat. It's something I thought about, like trying to incorporate.
Yeah,
we thought about
cool. So
we thought about when we were playing Dragonbane, when I was running it, because the cards were starting to take a beating doing something like a pog system, just numbered, and we would draw from a hat or whatever, and that would be how you got your initiative order. Same system, just a different tool to do it, like like you guys are doing. I like that idea a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I guess you could probably do it just the same way like Brian's doing it, and just pull all the pogs at once and just line them up.
Yeah.
And then who's going when. It's similar to the Dragonbane kind of thing.
Yep.
I like how Savage Worlds does initiative with a deck of cards, standard playing cards. And you leave the jokers in. So if somebody gets the joker, they can go anytime they want. So it's based on highest down to lowest is the order you go. But if you get the joker, you can just literally sit there and wait, and something happens and be like, okay, now I'm going to go. So
that's interesting.
It's kind of neat to have.
Yeah, did they do a Deadlands in the Savage World system or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I got into it for. That's what most of my stuff is Deadlands.
Yeah, I feel like that's like on brand, and to do a deck of cards initiative.
I even went and bought for it these. I mean, they have an official set that's got some Deadlands artwork, but I bought these bicycle bourbon ones, and I think they fit.
Oh, that's
perfectly.
cool. Yeah,
I mean, they look like a deck of cards that you'd be sitting at a poker table.
You
in
just
the
gotta
Wild West.
go take a shot at it with like a 45 or something, get a hole right in the middle.
Yeah. There's a Kickstarter that started today that has you can get up to 3 decks of cards. One of them's a bicycle, and 2 of them are just their own brand that they made, but they're all Cthulhu decks. I was thinking about getting them
cool.
just because they're.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
It even came with a bullet.
Oh,
nice.
No shit. That's awesome.
This is my Dead Man's deck, and I got it for Weird Frontiers, and the Dead Man's hand, aces and eights, Wild Bill's hand, have blood stains on them.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, nice.
I love this thing. I think Stephanie got them for me. I don't remember. Anyway,
Well, there you go. That's what I would find that if I was running Deadlands. But I would do Deadlands Hell on Earth, like the post-apocalyptic Deadlands.
Yeah, I haven't got into that, but I might check it out at some point. There's a whole bunch. There's Deadlands Dark Ages out now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very cool setting. It's fun. You just got to get used to the rules. They're different. I do like it though. It's interesting rather than level based. It's more of, you put points into different skills, and they can either be a D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and that's the die you roll. So if you need to get a 5 on your attack roll, obviously if you have a D10, you got a better chance than, if you have a D4 on the skill, you still roll, because if you get, you can have exploding dice. So if you max out, you get to roll again, and you could still pull off crazy stuff with it. But it's neat. It's different, but it's neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. Kids on Bikes did that with the exploding dice, and you have a different die for each stat. So it was so you're better with something, obviously a D12. You're better off, with something like that. Obviously, you could roll higher, but with a D4, you've got a 25% chance of it exploding.
Right.
Every roll. So it's
when we ran this blood drive, which is it's just an event, a standard adventure. It's a cattle drive, and they start off not knowing anything about the Weird West, and then it gets weirder as they go. Well, in the very beginning of it, there's an encounter right in town where a guy challenges him to a duel, and he's like much stronger than they are. And it even says like if your players do it, they're probably going to get stomped on pretty well. It's one of those duels at high noon. And one of my guys wanted to do it. And the book even says, well, if they do that, have somebody rush over and take care of them after the fight. And it's not meant to kill them. It's just meant to show them they're not very tough.
Yeah.
And one of my guys stepped up to do it, and his dice exploded 6 times, and he one-shot the guy.
Oh, my God. That's what happens.
And they were excited as hell. They loved it. It was one of those things that, just like when you roll that critical on a dragon and get some great, it was just one of those things. They still talk about it. They're like, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's why like everybody gets mad when it's like, well, like a lot of times at cons, like someone always crits on the big bad at the end. It's like, no, that's awesome. Like they're gonna remember it and talk about it. Like I'd rather have them, rather have that happen and then end the game 15 minutes early instead of like a drag out fight.
It took me personally a long time to get past the idea of being an adversarial DM. Like growing up when we played at our teens, I wasn't that way, and it was like anything went. And our D&D games were pretty gonzo, and we, they'd fight something, and we were rolling random treasure right out of the DM's guide every encounter, and they'd get all kinds of crazy stuff. And I don't know. Then I got older and started getting real stingy with loot, and it just wasn't as much fun. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't care. Who cares? We're a bunch of 50-year-old guys. We're all not going to live forever. Let's do some fun shit.
Yep, exactly.
If I roll up and they get a Vorpal sword and they start chopping heads off left and right, who cares? It's,
they're having fun. A game. Have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Roger, you better not be saying, you should be arguing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I let you guys roll on the random charts. You guys, to see what comes up.
When we played Shadow Dark, one of the players in the group, when you roll your talent thing, one of their things, he was a wizard, and it was roll a random magic item. And he rolled a freaking Vorpal axe. And that was when Pete was DMing it and I was playing. And we were all kind of like, if you want to re-roll, you're a wizard. If you want to re-roll that, go ahead. And he's like, no, I don't care. I'll keep it. And he ended up passing the axe off to somebody because he's a wizard.
Sure.
So we're first level characters walking in and somebody's got a Vorpal axe.
Yeah.
Didn't break the game. It never actually, in the 2 sessions we played of that game, he never ended up critting.
Right. So it's Vorpal on a crit. There's no confirm.
No,
it just automatically beheads
on the roll of a 20. It beheads, and it's not like 2E. You read the treasure stuff. A Vorpal sword might crit on an 18 to 20, but it might take off limbs or whatever else. This was just like beheads. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I was being stingy with treasure. I was just using the charts as written.
What does Jason
whatever
think?
came up. But
that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But then you got to throw traps in there too. That like you might roll a trap, so you make it go crazy both ways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The issue with CNC was there would be like a 15% chance, 10% chance, whatever, of finding a magic item, and I would let the players roll it, and they would always, well, not
82.
always, but rarely they would roll that the magic item was there. Yeah.
And we've talked about that before. And it was mostly just our abysmal luck. And I talked to Roger about just maybe see not the entire dungeon. Every room doesn't have to have a +5 sword in it. That'd be ridiculous. But throw a couple of guaranteed items in there so that when our horrible luck kicks in, which it did almost every time, we don't all end the night on a very big frustration. But the other part of that, and I've said this before also, we're sitting there rolling on the random tables. At my 5th level cleric rolled up a +5 spear at one point. We got the manual. Was it bodily health or the Puissant skill at arms? Whichever one gives you strength. My cleric got a +4 strength book, and Roger, he wasn't like, oh, +5's too powerful. I can't let you have it. He didn't do that. We rolled a +5 and he went, oh, okay. So now my clerics walk around with a +5 spear.
Yeah, I had a character randomly roll for, on the fly, I had this shield and he found it, and I will roll and he rolled and it was like a +4 shield. His armor class is gross now. Like,
yeah,
I just have to hit him with spells because melee combat's out the window.
Yep.
Yeah, Chubby says his X2 guy rolled up a +3 chainmail at first level. And you let it ride. Yeah, add a few thieves out there to hear about the big find. Yeah,
word gets around.
Well, that's my favorite part is when they find this huge treasure and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna grab it all. We're gonna get a wagon. We're gonna wheel it into town." Okay.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. You just gave me my next adventure.
Yeah, and when we were still doing C&C, Roger had a group of scouts. They were thieves, out in the hills, and we rarely interacted with them. But every now and then, one of them would stick his head up, and oddly enough, he never really interacted with Yohai. I have no idea why. But he would try and kind of coerce money out of some of the other players, and 9 times out of 10 they went for it. And I'd be looking at him like,
yeah,
smack this guy. What are you doing? But not everybody thinks that way, and like Joe tried, he at one point he was like, I'm going to hire him as scouts, so that's what they did. So these guys are going off into the hills partying for a week. They come back and they're like, okay, yeah, we scouted, man. There's nothing out there, but we need.
You can't prove that.
No, I can't prove it all. But of course, that's what they were doing. But with the magic item thing, we've really gotten off the Gonzo topic. But when Roger and I was complaining, really, is what I was doing. I was almost whining. We had been playing, I think we were 5th level, and we had not found a single freaking magic item that was worth a damn. It was very, very frustrating because we fought a lot of hard stuff. And one of the things that Roger said to me was, you can't put the genie back in the bottle once it's out. And I get that. It's not like I've never DM'd before, so I get it when the player finds a bag of holding or portable hole, and now they don't have to worry about encumbrance or freezing to death, or we ran out of food because we have this bag of endless whatever. So I get that, but as the player, when I'm denied magic items, and I've said this to Roger also, I'm not looking for a +5 spear. I want a robe of useful items. Something that is so mundane that but look, here's a ladder, here's a lamp, just things that I can use. So as a player, when I'm denied access to magic items, whether it's because the DM's a stingy prick, and I'm not saying that Roger is, but there are plenty of DMs who are, or just my abysmal luck, or it's just designed that way. Magic is a big part of fantasy role playing. And so when you deny the players access to that big part of it, you're taking a big part out of the game. And to me, it dims that light. And that's a really bitter pill for me to swallow.
Yeah.
The anti-Gonzo speech.
me
yeah, I mean,
no, just like that, the bleakness of like not getting anything cool.
Well, no, but that's thing. It like in Gonzo, it doesn't have to be a magic item. It might be this super. In fact, I think we were playing Shadow Dark, and I found a longsword, mundane, not magic at all, just a regular longsword, but it's really ornate and it's got a fire pearl handle. And my fighter was like, "Holy crap, this is amazing!" Because it's something that stands out. When my fighter pulls this thing out, or he walks into town and it's in the scabbard, people look at it and go, wow, look at what that guy's packing. So it's the same thing in Gonzo Land. When we were playing Un-America, I was playing a petrol head, best class in the system as far as I'm concerned. And we were rolling like an 82 Datsun. It was a piece of shit. And at some point, I found a 4x4 pickup, and my character was like, this is the holy grail of vehicles. We're out here. There's no roads. Everything's shit. I've got a 4x4 pickup now. Load up, boys. We're rolling. And so, so to me, that's the magic item for that setting. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual magic item. It just needs to be something cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, I want to run that again now.
I would gladly play it.
Why don't you just play Neon Lords then? Forget about Umerica.
Yeah, I would gladly play that too. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, Reed, the guy who made it's really nice, and I like Umerica a lot. It's just like that is like 70s Thunder, 80s Thunder the Barbarian post-apocalypse instead of like 90s.
Yeah. The only issue that really we ran into with it was the magic, and it's the same issue with like DCC,
man. Yeah.
You know, you get to like 5th level and above, and like the magic is just bonkers.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
once Tyler started giving us +10 to hit and damage, it was completely broken. There was we and he was buffing our ACs up incredibly. And he wasn't breaking any rules. It was just the way the game was. And
he was like a 5th or 6th level cleric.
Yeah.
With like a +4 in wisdom or whatever, and so he's just rolling +9. So he's just rolling like 20. So he's like, oh yeah, everybody gets +6 attack damage and armor class for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, and of course his players were like, hell yeah, let's rock this. But but at the same time, I'm like, wow, this really got a lot less exciting for me.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Yeah, we talked about that above 10th level. Roger, we had that huge 10th level and above conversation. Yeah, it's like, I think DCC definitely shines at lower levels, like the funnel, the 1st, 2nd level, 3rd level to an extent, and then like that's kind of like where the adventure should end.
Yeah, I love doing funnels in DCC. I thought that was great. I mean, I know that they don't go anywhere, really. I mean, you can go into 1st level or from that point on, but I mean, just running those as one shots. I just always had a blast with, or even some of the lower level stuff that I did was fantastic.
I like the funnel. The funnel's fun.
Yeah.
It's just like cool. The problem is if you like never go beyond the funnel, then you're always playing funnels. It's like,
we did. I remember I did a low level one shot. Jason was there in it, and he was, I think, a fighter or something. And I think they were like 1st or 2nd level or something. They were like escaping, like from being captured.
Oh,
and there was like a wizard in the party, and the wizard had growth or whatever, enlarged person, basically, whatever, and like cast it and got like a really like decent roll for like 1st. I don't know. He rolled like 18,
he did the blood magic, or like you.
Spellburn.
Yeah. Spellburn, and he like did it, and so like now, and he turned Jason the fighter into like this, 14-foot tall. It was just ridiculous.
I was knocking, because we had gotten drunk the night before, so we wake up in prison and we're trying to get out, and it was not going well for us. So the wizard's like, and it was just he and I, it was just the two of us playing, and so he does the spellburn, and he took himself down to 1 hit point, and I was huge with a massive damage bonus, and I was just like, I'm just knocking walls down, and I'm just yelling, run, and because I'm a good guy. I didn't want to kill the guards. I just wanted to get out of prison.
Right.
So I was just trying to intimidate them, and it worked. They were just like scattering like leaves, and the other guy, I can't remember his name, but the two of us were laughing our asses off playing this game. We're in the middle of the game store, just roaring, laughing. Because we're both picturing ourselves running down through the street doing this nonsense. That was a great time.
So you were essentially Apache Chief from Super Friends.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good time. That's fun stuff. But Gonzo again, right? Like that's what it turns it. Even though it's kind of like a normal, right, enlarged person's like a normal D&D thing, but like with DCC. Like you never know what you're gonna get when you cast a spell, especially like when you spell burn into it and stuff. It's like
Yeah, that I do like that. Like that, the more like the higher the spell check, the crazier the spell.
Yeah, it's weird. Like we had like the only problem with it, like playing the post-apocalyptic game, like I said, is like just bless was like an issue because it's like, oh, like I said, everybody's got +6 to everything now, +6 to hit, +6 damage, like whatever, and it was just like, I don't know, it just seemed out of control. And as soon as I gave that to like the bad guys, it's like out of control in like the other direction,
right?
Because now it's like, oh, hey, I rolled really well. Like all my bad guys, like they all have +9 to hit and damage now. Like, and then the players are like, oh shit,
Yeah. I have 7 hit points.
Yeah,
this isn't going to end well.
Yeah, and so it was just like it was like a war of attrition. Like I remember they had like one bad guy that they went up against, and it was like another cleric, and so Tyler, like, he cast like a thing, gave everybody like +8 to everything, and then like the bad guy cleric like did the same thing and gave everybody like +8 or +9 or whatever on his side. So it's just like we could have just done it without the spell,
Right?
It was just like
each other.
Now everything's got a higher AC, but everybody's got a higher to hit, and it's like higher damage. So it was just a weird, like, and that's that's my only issue with that. Like we talked about at higher levels and stuff, it starts to get way way out.
That's like, because like that was a big thing. In Neon Lords Classic, everyone was like, because it goes to level 10, everyone's like, well, what about a level like 11 to 20? What happens at 11 to 20? It's like, oh man, like I don't know, like, so like everybody, that's what they wanted. So in DDs and Demi Bros, there's a whole section on leveling up from 11 to 20, and I essentially did it the Call of Duty way, to where you prestige, essentially reset your XP, but gain a trait, like a feat, I guess, in D&D, right? So you gain something, but then you go back to level 0 essentially.
Yeah, and that's like a good way of doing it, so you still kind of retain like a cap, or whatever. Because definitely the D20 system, like and it's been said before, once you're adding a number that's larger than the die.
Yeah, what's the point, right?
Or even once you get past the halfway point of that, like it's
you're pretty much just rolling to see if you fumble or not, essentially at that point.
Yeah, right. And you definitely lose the granularity, and and I mean, I think that obviously that's why a lot of these OSR games, and yours included, right, like they cap at 10. Even Castles and Crusades, technically they cap at 12. Right. I mean, they got rules for 13 and above, but it's like in a separate page, it's a separate section. Like, here are these rules. Hyperborea is what, 14, I believe, is where they.
I have to dig it out.
It's like 12.
Probably. I think it's
12. I think
12. Yeah,
it's 12.
Yeah,
it's 12. Yeah. A lot of these systems, and Mike and I were talking about this with Call of Cthulhu. It's like there's Delta Green and stuff. It's percentile based, and like your level up or whatever is you get to add a D4 to one of your skills or what,
No, that's not even how it works. It's
no,
it's
right.
If you use a skill and you fail, then after the session you can roll a D4 to add that percentage to that skill. Right. So there could be multiples, but there's no leveling. Right. You're not getting more hit points. You're not getting levels.
Right. Right. You're just adding like 1D4 to a percentage roll, which adds up, right? Like it all adds up. Well, but obviously it's harder and harder to do that.
I don't know. I haven't played long enough. Ducato.
Sure.
Does it add up enough to make a meaningful difference?
I mean, every little bit helps. I didn't play Delta Green long enough to really get too far into that.
Does Call of Cthulhu not do that?
It does it differently. It doesn't do it that way.
Okay. I haven't run Call of Cthulhu yet, so I don't know. I've only run Delta Green.
Call of Cthulhu is a lot like Dragonbane. So you mark down the skills you succeed at. Actually, I take that back. Dragonbane doesn't do this either, but the rolling is similar. Call of Cthulhu, you're going to mark down any skill you successfully cast. You'll check it, and then I don't know. I don't think we didn't do it at the end of the session. I think we did it at the end of chapters. You would roll, and you want to fail the roll. And if you fail it, you can bump it. I don't remember how much the bump is. It's possibly more than a D4. I think you roll. I might roll a D10. I mean, the whole game's based on D10s. For
Yeah,
most
see,
part.
that's different because in Delta Green, you mark the skills that you fail at, and those are the ones you have a chance to improve at.
Yeah, it is different in that regard.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, it's like a slow progression to something. I mean, especially if you're not gaining hit points, and things like that.
Dragonbane's that way. Like you roll and you get your 5, maybe up to 5 questions, maybe some freebies. Because in Dragonbane, if you roll critical, demons or dragon, you get a free roll on that skill, and then you want to fail the roll. So it can be hard though, because once that skill gets up there, the max is 18 because it's based on a D20. So it can be hard. You might go some without raising. Call of Cthulhu, I was famous for not getting any advancements. Like I would pass. I'd have a super likely chance of failing a roll, and I would pass it every time. That was a bummer.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. And they're not that big of advancements, so it's like
Stan, you just got that way with dice.
Yeah, they love me.
They love you. Yeah.
That's why Dragonbane's my favorite system as a player, because I habitually roll like shit. So like it works great because you want to roll low.
It's interesting. Like if you ever want to see Jason roll like a bunch of 18s, like play a Dragonbane with him. That's like for sure. Like he's gonna roll 18, 19, 20 all night long.
When we were playing that 2D20 Fallout game at MEPA, you need to roll under. And I was like, dude, I am gonna rock this game. I was rolling 20s all night long. I couldn't believe the crap.
Crazy.
Oh man,
Stan
and I have the battle of bad luck.
Yeah, I've had one Dragonbane game that really stood out where I was rolling like 18, 19, 20s all night long, and then most of the time though I do pretty well in that game. Most of the time, D&D, any D&D style game where the dice swing the other way, hell, I do okay as a game master. I do horrible as a player. Like
just to clarify, because I haven't actually had it happen yet. We didn't pay attention the first session, so we didn't do it. Second session, I had them mark when they failed on checks, but we ended right at 9:00, so we didn't. I said we'll take care of this at the beginning of the session. It says here next to every skill except unnatural, there's a checkbox. When your agent uses a skill and fails, mark it. At the end of each session, add 1d4 percentage points to every skill that has a check next to it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's the whole rule.
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
cool.
simple.
So,
yeah, that's not bad.
But I mean, listen, when your guy's got 10% in a skill and you add 1d4 to it,
right,
you're still going to fail it most of the time.
But it's something. It feels like something.
Yeah,
and it feels like you're building towards because you'll fail it a bunch until you get it up to, 30, 40%.
If you live long enough,
if you
you stay sane long enough to get there.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, right? With Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green type of thing. Yeah. You just go insane. And it keeps that balance, I mean, I don't know if that's, balance is,
you're not going to have too many skills that are like super high as far as like, just the system doesn't work that way. I mean, you can design your character. Like I built basically a thief and Call of Cthulhu, and his thing was sneaking around and stuff. He was really good at that. I mean, there was obviously a chance to fail, but like I had a high percentage. And I sucked at a lot of other things, but I was really good at that.
Yeah, at character creation, you can get 50, 60, 70, even 80% in something.
Oh yeah.
But you're going to lack in other skills if you put all your points into that. I told my guys from the get-go, I go, if you think you're going to put all your stuff into firearms and unarmed combat, I said, you can do that, but you're going to have a rough time at this game because when you get into combat, you're still going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially when you're playing like those games, like a long-term game, like the Mythos stuff, like it doesn't matter what your combat skills are, you're going to get killed. But I mean, the bulk of it is like leading up to it, so you're dealing with like cultists and stuff like that. So,
Right.
I mean, I played my first guy in Pulp Cthulhu that I played. He was good at firearms. He was good at some other things too, but like firearms was his thing. So that came in handy, like because we fought a lot of, between Peru and New York and London and all the other places we went. We fought a lot of cultists.
I feel like running pulp would make you immensely more survivable.
Nope. Nope, that's a myth.
That's what I've heard too. I mean, Stan says no, but that's what I've heard, that it's like easier on people.
They're slightly more durable, but you have just as much chance of getting murked. I played a lot of pulp, and it's not an easy game.
Yeah. So what? Well, I know we're supposed to be talking about Gonzo stuff or whatever. Is Call of Cthulhu? That I don't think that's considered Gonzo.
I think it could get Gonzo at some point. It's Eldritch horror. What's more Gonzo than the idea of like the deep ones, right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's not like that's like never on the tin.
No, it's not like like juggling chainsaws, riding a dirt bike, fighting hot dog monsters.
True.
Right. And so like. Yeah, it's like you've got that on the tin, right? Like that's definitely the thing. Like Barrows in Borderlands, he's got I forget how he describes it, but it's somebody riding a dinosaur with a ray gun or whatever. I forget his catch line there. So it's it's inherently like just crazy. Like nobody's like, you don't have a Cthulhu game where there's somebody that's lassoed and riding Cthulhu, or you know what I mean?
Not yet.
However,
not yet.
We have Cthulhu, so like we have Cthulhu in there.
Yeah.
Because it's public domain. Anybody can use Cthulhu.
Yeah, anybody can use it.
Yeah.
So that's why I added it, just because I can. But then it ended up being like it's got more stuff in Deities and Demi-Bros, because that's like obviously the god side of the book, and you got all the wrestle gods, and like Ravishing Rick Rude ends up being like the Herald of Cthulhu in it. So he's got like a snake body because he pissed off Jake the Snake, Jake the Snake Lord, because I mean he put Jake the Snake's wife on his wrestling pants in real life. I don't know if you're aware of what Rick Rude did. So so Jake the Snake punishes him, turns him into like an ab snake. So his whole body is just a giant ab. I don't know what a half snake, half person is called. Realistically,
I don't know.
You're the GM.
I'm sure there's a name.
Aren't they? Yeah, whatever they're called. He's like one of those.
Yeah,
and he works for Cthulhu.
Yeah, the snake, like a naga or something.
Yeah, like a naga. But he does abmancy. He does the rhythmic of his abs cast spells.
Oh boy,
nice.
A true demi-bro.
He is a true demi-bro. Yeah. So Cthulhu can get Gonzo.
It's like that. I forget the guy. It's from DC, from DC Comics. There's a guy in what's that ridiculous superhero team? It's in DC Comics. They made the TV show.
Oh yeah,
TV show with
everything
Robot Man.
Everything DC's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the why can't I think of the name of it?
Right. And there's a character in that comic that's like the he looks like a 60s bodybuilder type of guy, and like he can like emulate like any power, but he needs to like flex certain muscles in a certain way in order to.
It's like that. It's Patrol something.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe. But yeah, fantastic.
Now it's gonna be on the tip of my tongue until I figure it out.
I know.
It's a good show, though. I do like that show.
The show wasn't bad. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Oh yeah.
Doom Patrol. Yeah. Yeah.
I watched the first season of that.
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't think it was bad. It's got little Gonzo, right?
I liked the first season. I couldn't get into the second one. I liked the first one.
Yeah, Flex Mentallo.
Yeah.
Flex
Yeah.
Flex Mentallo is the guy.
Yeah.
He can the ability to manipulate reality and alter physical laws by flexing his muscles.
We got that too, Abmancy. So I think the Wasteland Wrestler class can do it too. So they have Abmancy skills, and then like you gain more abs like as you level up. So like at 5th level, you could have like 12 abs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Jason's loving it. We got.
I'm just picturing this dude. He's just like obsessed with crunches. Like anytime there's downtime, he's in the corner.
there you go.
That's
yeah,
all he's doing.
Perfect
Improves my
character.
abmancy, man.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they do all that on their off time. So there's like a bunch of different like total rager tables, like carousing tables and stuff. Like they're not allowed to do it because they go right to the Iron Church and then just start lifting weights. They don't mess around with anything.
It's a big Terry Crews looking dude.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, it's awesome. No, that's cool stuff. What's next for the neon universe? I guess
Man, what is it next?
You going into like any other systems, or is this kind of just you just wanted a small game and that's it?
Yeah, just wanted just the main thing was to get more people like into the game. Like so you like it's like Morkborg is kind of like more like friendly or accessible to get people to play games and to fit it in the battle binder was a reason, and then keeping Neon Lords Classic going. And then the next, and then just finishing all the other books and getting everything done. And then the next big thing is Roller Brawl, which is a battle or Blood Bowl tabletop style skirmish board game that we're doing. That it's kind of like every 499 years the Roller Brawl event happens, and it just so happens that this 499th year it happens on what we call Earth with a URTH. And then so Roller Brawl is happening, and then you pick your brawler teams, and then you have this ball that is kind of like a robot that can activate and do all this other stuff, and you got to race around the track on roller skates and skateboards and stuff and score points in the big Roller Brawl tournament. So it's like going to be a huge like board game skirmish game thing.
Yeah. So you say board game skirmish. Is it more like a miniatures agnostic like skirmish, or you just can print up or buy a team or something?
Yeah, it won't be agnostic. Yeah, you could buy the teams more like Blood Bowl, where you buy up a team, and then it comes with you have manager cards, so each team has their own like weird wild manager, and then he has his own playbook cards, so you can play cards as you're going around and knock people.
Is there like a base set like that's going to have like 2 teams?
Yeah. So the base set has the Detroit Prime team is like all the humanoids in like high tech gear and all that, and then there's the Slime City team, which there's mutants, and then like the team captain there, she's got like a giant quado coming out of her stomach and he's got nunchucks. He's the team captain, and she's just like his bodysuit.
And is this just in playtest right now, or is it out?
No, we've been playtesting. I mean, it's been like 3 years in the making now. Yeah. So like, Hunter, Techno Destructo from Guar, he's and then Matt, he's in Guar now. They're like doing the art for it, so it's been taking a while to come out, but it's like kind of like a co-production with them. So it's taking a little bit, but like we've been taking it to some cons. Like Hunter's come out to page 2. Did you go to page? You didn't go to page. Did you go to page 2?
Yeah.
You saw the Roller Brawl table then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been taking it to cons like that. But Origins this year, we're gonna have a big table showing it off more with like a prototype like box and more along that lines. Looking at Kickstarter, hopefully start of next year.
Okay. All right. So another 6 months or so
Yeah, I mean,
6-7
like
months or
the
whatever.
game
before
is
we see
the
it on
game is
Kickstarter.
done. We're just like the art is slowly coming in because I mean, Matt is the main artist is in a you know a world a tour a band that tours the world, so he's like never around.
Yeah.
So like it's just taking a
Um,
while.
and this is going to be part of like the Neon Lords world.
Yeah, it takes place in the Neon Lords universe, but like uses its own rule set. Like it's really
Mhm.
simple. Like you get slaughter dice. Everybody gets 5 dice. You roll them, and then if you get a 6, that activates this ability, or you can move that many hexes. And then you take damage. You lose one of those dice. You know. Then once you're down to no dice, that brawler's out. That's essentially like and the first to like 21 with the ball going through the score post wins.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it seems like Car Wars type of
Yep.
vibes, except you're obviously on rollerblades, not
Yeah. So more like Gaslands.
Gaslands. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I love Gaslands. Gaslands is great. I definitely need to make some more time for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's cool. What else? Is there anything else that you don't want to talk about or can't talk about?
If I had more,
Yeah.
if I had more, I would talk about it. Yeah, just cranking away at Neon Bastards is what I got going on for the foreseeable future.
So that's cool. And you had the binder and some of the stuff. It was just like a prototype, right?
So the binders have been out. The binders have already
Okay.
been out with the skirmish game. So I'm gonna get. I don't even have a copy. So I'm gonna try to get a couple copies of the skirmish side to CNY just so you can see like 3 because that has, I think 3 zines as well. So it's gonna look exactly like how Neon Bastards does. It's just gonna be a different rule set. So I'm gonna try to.
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna try to get Brian Vasker and Brian to send me some so I can show them off.
Yeah, no, that'll be cool to take a look at. I know I really really kind of love the binder. Like even just seeing it, like I was like, yeah, okay, it's cool,
Yeah.
But then seeing it physically,
Yeah, it changes it.
To put the stuff in, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, like whatever I'm running, like I want to put stuff in there. I want to. Like right now, my main, my home game is like Shadow Dark. Like I said, like I want to print out, half size stuff and, punch it and like put it in there and just to bring that to the game table to pull it out.
I will say that we do have September is Battle Binders month on Backer Kit. There's like 9 games, including us, that are going to have more stuff for Battle Binders. And I know one of the big things is going to be a zipper pouch that you can zip in, or not zip in, but clamp in the Battle Binder. And one side of it has this like a zipper pouch that'll hold your dice like vertically in there. And then obviously for Neon Bastards, you could and then the big pouch, you put all your pogs right in there and be good to go.
Yeah.
Put a barf bag in the back and use that for to pull out the pogs.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's cool. And do you have any, is that like the only kind of mechanic with the pogs? Like is pulling them out of the bag? Like, do you have a traditional?
There's traditional pog rules too. Yeah. That you could. So like ideally, so in the wastelands and like the mega cities in the world, arm wrestling and pogs is like the big 2 ways to settle disputes outside of, blasters and swords. So like you can physically play pogs. There are rules to do that in the game, as well as the initiative. But then, like I was saying too, like other things, like if you're like trying to loot like a dead body or something, like there might be a way. It's like, well, you have to pull out of the bag, like instead of like rolling on the table or something.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's always interesting to see some of those mechanics. The different, instead of just using die rolls for everything, to see what you got in the thing. And I mean, there's so many different things you can do with like pogs, or if you have like it's a treasure thing, right? And like maybe you have different tables for that, but hey, you throw a few pogs in the bag and make the player pull out of it, and it's like, okay, you could draw the trap, or you draw or you draw the treasure card, or maybe it's a monster or a mimic or something, you can just adjust your odds by whatever you need to, instead of having a fixed die roll. It's oh yeah, well, there's 3 treasures and 2 traps or whatever, and whatever the mix is. So that's kind of interesting. I'm like even more excited about it, to do different things with it.
Yeah, I'll even, because I don't think any of my, I'm at CNY, I'll do the Pog initiative. I'm running Neon Lords Classic there, but I'll have the Pog initiative going for sure.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think it's neat. And you'll have the classic books there, right? You said the 2.5 version, is that?
So the 2.5 hardcovers will be there, but they're only $25. And then I have some soft covers from Pittsburgh Gaming Expo still left over. They're like 40, I think, but like I have a few of those left. I'll bring to sell.
And then you got a bunch of your add-on stuff.
Yep. So I got the Riders of the Burp Warp that adds like 13 new classes to the game. There's Warp Shine Runners that is like a cannibal redneck humanoid settlement that are making Warp Shine, like, so they're taking portal fluid and getting drunk off it. That's a whole setting adventure. And then there's Mutant Hive Wars with the 3D glasses, and there's Space Bulk, so it's essentially like derelict spaceships go through chaos warps, come back all messed up, and then you could go up there and adventure, and there's some adventures for that. And then I think then I might have some Thirsty for More, like the solo rules and the different solo gigs you can do. I think
do you have ship combat rules in the?
No vehicle stuff yet. No vehicle stuff yet. I like in the Patreon, I did one of the months I printed out like my what I'm doing with them so far, and I'm not really too happy with them. Like I gotta figure out the vehicle rules better. But like everybody does vehicle rules, like everything's Mad Max nowadays, so it's like
sure. I'm just curious. I didn't know if you're planning on doing something. You're thinking about just scaling like the D20 rules, or going with a separate system altogether.
I don't know. A separate system would be awesome, but I think people would get pissed off at me. Like too much to remember.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I don't know. I've always liked the systems that sort of integrate into the existing system, so you could still stay in initiative order and not because it's annoying when the ship becomes its own, like when it has its own stats and its own like attack and damage and all that stuff, because then there's nothing for the players to do except for but whereas if you have everything and you have stuff in the ship for people to do, now you can have in initiative order, like, okay, the pilot, the guy who's flying the thing is going to go so he can move the ship or do a maneuver or something. And then, what are you doing? Okay, I'm in this gunner seat and I'm in this gunner seat. And, you can have another guy that's tweaking, in engineering.
I've done that.
Perfect example. Just look at the Millennium Falcon.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. They hop in, they all hop in their seats, and they all have a job to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So there's an adventure that I do called I Need Your Clothes, Your Boots, and Your Turbo Cycle. And then part of it involves being on a interdimensional space trucker rig. And then there's space pirates are coming. And then so everyone has a job to do when before the space pirates eventually board. But you could take some of them out and everything. There's gunner seats, and then a guy could aid the driver in the front with boosting his abilities, being there and doing nice rolls for him. And so it's all there. Spaceship wise, like a whole separate sheet for a spaceship is ridiculous to me. So when it comes to that, it would be more along the lines of who sits in what seat has what job.
Sure,
for sure.
Yeah, I definitely like that over the, some of the other stuff, that I've seen. But I mean, obviously for single person crafts or whatever, like a TIE fighter or a speeder or something, it's fine to just have the ship stats and you just do the thing. But like when you have a group and they're all in a ship, like Mike's like the Millennium Falcon or whatever, like you don't want to have that as one stat and then one person's rolling a dice while four people are kind of
it's like when
standing around
like when you have a hacker in your group.
Yeah, everybody's
watching.
You just wait. Yeah. Yeah, they're playing a different game.
Yeah.
It's it's interesting. That was one of the things that I didn't I was never a huge fan of with like some of the cyberpunk games is if you had like the hacker character or the slicer or whatever, and like they're not actually physically with the group. They're just like at home, like phoning it in. It's like an NPC kind of task or whatever. So I've always liked it when the character has like a portable computer and goes with the group and then has to like physically plug into the building and
that's
to
exactly.
do stuff.
Yeah, that's how we have ours.
Shadowrun was really good about that. The guy that did the Matrix came with you. The problem was the Matrix rules were god awful.
Yeah, they were
ridiculous. He had a cyber deck with him, so he was with the group. He can use a firearm just as well as anybody else. But man, as soon as you enter the Matrix, it's just a grind. So done. Yeah, here's your information. Roll a couple D6s. We're done.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember hearing like some stories about some Shadowrun stuff that wasn't great. Like and like maybe it was just bad GM, stuff. But like I remember people telling me about like there would be like a safe or something that they got to get into, that's like digitally locked or whatever. And it was just easier and quicker for the group to just physically break the door of the safe open, just shooting it or whatever than it was for the hack.
That would be either an unprepared group or a bad DM. Because if it's like it's sealed with a mag lock, well, no problem. Make an electronics roll. There you go.
Yeah,
if you make it, it pops open. If you fail, then it's time to blow it up.
They kind of made it sound like it was like a whole thing where like you had to plug into the system and like, and then it's like a mini game.
Well, it's because the decking rules in Shadowrun sucked worse than the regular rules. Yeah. I knew guys that introduced me to Shadowrun, and they were super into it. And even they were like, nope, we don't do decking. That's always an NPC because we have no idea how it works. So it just happens kind of off the screen. And
I wanted to play nothing else but Shadowrun for probably 6 years. I got introduced to it in 91, and I played until 98 when at the end of my second tour in Germany. After that, I didn't really play it again. We played second edition that entire time. And we had the exact same rule. Decking, that's an NPC's gig. We'll handle it offline. And I DM most of the time at Shadowrun. And it was just that and rigging. Both of them were, they're very similar mechanics. They were just not done well, which is too bad because I have so many good things to say about Shadowrun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But,
somebody just needs to come out with it. I love the fantasy aspect of it. Someone just needs to come out with an actually good system for that setting because it's for me. I love.
Never had a good system. Never.
Right.
They've always been bad. Second edition is the one that most. Second's the one most people love, and it's like, well, I'm going to go out and buy myself 100 D6s so I can play Shadowrun.
It is not that bad. That's like Roger talking about.
That's me talking about the West End games. Yeah,
it's not that bad. D6. You need like 7 at the most.
Yeah.
Well, so this is one of the things that I've actually really, I'm really starting to like the basic role playing D100 system that like Delta Green uses with skills, because there's like even in the adventures there will be things like. So say you got a door that's got some kind of electronic, lock on it and you want to get into the door. Well, if you got a 60% in craft electronics, you don't even need to roll. That guy will be able to open it. If you don't have that, if you got 40% and you got 40% in signal intelligence, well, that guy can roll and try and get in. Well, you don't have that. Well, now you move on to how are we going to bust the door open? There's different ways to do it. It doesn't need to be a mini game. It doesn't need to be somebody's got to jack into it. We got to sit around for 15 minutes while this guy plays a mini game trying to get into it. It's just a check.
I do what we call snots. It's Yahtzee rules for hacking. So like it's like, okay, you have to roll like, so if like the hacker has a brains of like a +2, he adds 2d6s to like the Yahtzee rules, and then like it's like, okay, this you have to get a full house in Yahtzee to get it, and then he does this 3 times, and if he gets it, he gets it. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
So he gets like 5 dice to start.
Yeah, so you get 5 dice to start, and then plus or minus your brains like modifier.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, if you're dumb as shit.
And you get 2 rerolls to
get
get a
two
full house.
rerolls.
To me, that sounds similar to what I was saying. It's different mechanics, but it's not like you're taking a 10-minute mini game to do it.
Right, exactly.
You make 3 rolls and either you succeed or you fail.
Yeah, it's mechanically separated, so it kind of feels different, but it doesn't take away from the full game.
Right.
I haven't tried it in practice, but the Neon Skies RPG, and that was that's William Buchanan, I think is his name. That's Wylock from Wylock's Armory. He does he's got like a simplified D6 system where it's a D6 pool, but you're just looking for 1/6. And then his like hacking stuff, he's got like different levels of the net, the subnet. I forget what he calls it. But there's different levels where you can do different things. And then it's basically like an initiative order. You're just, rolling to get to the next level or whatever. And it seems like a simplified version that would work well in, where you have your kind of hacker guy that's going through the different levels, but he's just kind of doing the one thing on his turn there. And like, that's it. Where it's not like, oh, let's wait, let's pause the game for 20 minutes while this guy, plays his mini game.
Right.
It kind of just happens in initiative order.
Plays the mini game in the initiative order.
That was one of the failings with Shadowrun. Because the game specifically says that actions in the Matrix take place at the blink of an eye because they're going at the speed of thought, then the Matrix has to take place outside of the initiative order. You guys were talking about, and we talked about this backstage before the show started. I was, when I got home, I was listening to last week's podcast, and man, I was riveted the whole time. You guys started talking about Cyberpunk, and when Mike said that he didn't like Shadowrun because of the fantasy aspects to it, I was sitting there talking to the phone. Neon Skies, go check out Neon Skies, and I still say that. Boy, we've really gotten off topic, but I've been waiting all day to talk about this.
Well, it has the word neon in it, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It's close. It's adjacent.
I'm a huge fan of the cyberpunk setting. I've read all the books. Blah 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 blah. Cyberpunk Red it's really clunky, man. I like it, but it's really clunky, and it's not streamlined like I wish that it were.
Yeah.
Neon Skies, dude, and I think I've said about this before. When you start reading that book, that this was written by a guy who was like, I'm gonna make this system, and he took his time and he put tons of thought into it, and he's not a mook. This guy is freaking brilliant. Because
he's a nuclear engineer.
He's a nuclear engineer. Everything in the book fits in with the next part. It's freaking seamless. The only problem with Neon Skies is who the hell owns it? Me and Roger.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
There you go. It's not mainstream, so no one's ever heard of it. But
and
man,
like part of it too was like the guy, and Wylock's Armory, I think, is a great channel. I don't know if you guys have seen it or checked it out. He does terrain building, and it's all fantasy terrain stuff. So I think like all of his followers are, fantasy terrain. Obviously, there's people that play different games and all that stuff. But he's like, hey, I'm making a game. It's, a cyberpunk game.
it's straight sci-fi.
And it's like, all of his stuff, like, and he's got some stuff on there now, like in some, sci-fi stuff, but most of his builds and everything are all, fantasy D&D.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's like he wrote Neon Skies so he could like flex his sci-fi muscle.
Yeah,
he's like, I've got to break out of the fantasy mold.
Yeah, so it's just like a weird,
it's incredible,
thing. Yeah, and it's definitely good. Yeah, and I definitely want to try it. The system is really simple.
Yeah,
I think
and it's almost like the cover art is super cool. The interior art is super cool. It's one of those games where the layout's really good. Man, everybody should go out and get Neon Skies so we can all play together.
Well, first, everybody should go out and get
Neon Lords. Yes,
get this.
Let's absolutely get that.
Let's get that first.
And Brian, I have done the Kickstarter. I got the binder.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I really wanted
Very
the
nice.
lunchbox. I'm like, that binder is too good to pass up. I have to have that. So
I got one question about the lunchbox. Is the lunchbox just the lunchbox, or do you got the small thermos on the inside too?
No thermos. They don't make don't make thermoses really anymore.
Yeah. I was going to ask that earlier.
It is metal.
Thermos.
No, it's a metal.
It is metal.
Too. I tried to outsource new old stock and just put my own sticker on like plastic ones.
Yeah,
it's like impossible. So like they mass produce metal ones still. So it's like, well, and then like the dimensions fit, like the zines are like not like really A5. They're like a little shorter to fit the binder a little better. So like it fits perfectly in that lunchbox inner dimension. So it's like I had to do it.
The binder fits?
No. The zine. Sorry,
the booklets, the zines.
Yeah. So you can fit them fit them in there with throw all your pogs on top, carry it around in a little lunch pail, or you could do it in the binder style.
I could just imagine rolling up to a table with, just a lunchbox, and you just plop that on the table, and you open it up, and you just start pulling your stuff out of it.
That'd be awesome.
Is Chubby still on here, or did he leave?
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. He's probably in the background. He's always working on stuff.
Yeah, when you guys were talking about the constant stream of emails from his Patreon, I just looked at my email and he sent out a new one an hour ago.
Yes, he did.
And he's got those mock-ups for Shadow Sun.
Don't they look nice?
They do. I like them so much better than just the black. I get it. Listen, Shadow Dark went with the whole black theme, and everybody wants to copy it, but it's nice to see something different. They look good.
Oh, brown, yeah. It would be nice. Like, I'm wondering when this isn't like an insult to Shadow Dark or anything, but like I'm wondering when we're gonna stop with the naming thing. Like everything's like Shadow this, Shadow that,
Well,
Shadow.
It's Borg 2.0.
Yeah,
everything's a Borg, everything's a Mork.
Right. Right.
This is never gonna stop.
Like when is that over? Like
never. It's never. And then the next big RPG that comes out, it's all gonna be named after that too.
It'll be that, and with the same words, the same handful of words after it. Yeah. Interesting. It definitely looks good. I tried to run we talked about it. I tried to run the dungeon for my group. Jason wasn't around. I'm going to do it again on like a Saturday. We're going to have Brian come down. We're going to see if we can get Mike to come out, and Jason. Stan, sorry, buddy. I mean, you're invited, but
you insist on trying these other games on a Sunday when I run my game.
No. I said Saturday. Listen
Saturday.
to me. Listen to me on time. I'm doing it on Saturday.
Oh, I don't usually
do it on
listen.
Saturday.
You usually talk out your ass.
I know you don't listen to me.
Not that
We're gonna do it on a Saturday. We'll get some Oscar Neats pizza. That'll definitely get Brian here.
Yep.
And I think it'll be fun, and we'll run it with like a proper group. Stan, if you're welcome to come down. I mean,
it's just a short jog.
It's just a short road trip. 6 hours for you, right?
It's only 6 hours.
Yeah,
6 hours. I mean, come down,
Worth
stay overnight. What else?
There's
you got
one of the one of the Chaosium guys, Matt Ryan, lives in Ithaca, and he started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he started up a Masks of Narlo or whatever it's called.
That's
an
awesome adventure.
Yeah, I started in the campaign, but then it was like on a Friday night. So I was like, I'm gonna drive to Ithaca every other Friday to play this game. I mean, you're playing with a dude from Chaosium, right?
No, that's what, 3 hours for you?
It was about 2.5 hours for me.
I would go. That's like less than an hour from me.
Yeah,
only an hour for me, and that's
but the problem was I hit a snowstorm on the way home, and I didn't get home till like 4 a.m. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. So.
It came up. I don't remember exactly why it came up, and I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but we were talking about shopping and stuff, and I kind of mentioned briefly that Jason had a story about shopping.
You did.
And I don't remember if you told the story on stream, but it was basically like what, a 2 or 3 hour trip for you?
It was a 2.5 hour drive each way. A buddy of mine lived in a little subdivision in Baltimore, and I was stationed at Fort Dix, so I would drive to go, because we were old Army buddies. So I would go drive to play at his place on Sunday. And one day I got there, and I kid you not, the entire 3 hours, the guy sitting directly to my right shopped for potions. That was the entire afternoon. And I just sat there getting more and more pissed off. And finally I packed up my stuff and I said, I'm out of here. And about halfway home, my buddy called me, and the first thing he said was, "Oh, I'm really sorry." And I just blew up on him. You're the DM. That is your responsibility to not let that nonsense happen.
Yeah.
And I mean that literally. 3 hours this guy was in the potion shop bickering and haggling with the proprietor. That was all we did.
Yeah, that's going to happen between sessions.
I could not believe it. Yeah. I don't mind shopping in the game. It doesn't bother me at all. But you allow one player to hijack the entire game. That player's being an asshat, and the DM is failing totally as a DM. I couldn't believe it. Oh, man.
Brian, who is this Chaosium guy you said lives in Ithaca?
Matt Ryan. He does all the maps and all the cartography, I guess it would be called, for the Call of Cthulhu games.
Mike's trying to look up his address now.
No, I was just curious.
Show up at his door. Hey,
yeah, no, he's really cool. I met him at a few cons, and then realized he was like right down the road-ish, kind of. And then he was like, "Hey, I got a masks campaign starting." I was like, I'm coming down. And
this is the kind of guy that Roger should be targeting.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yes.
I think I told you about him.
I would love to run a masks game. I think I'd have to run Call of Cthulhu, like to do a one shot of it, like just to see how I like it. Yeah, for sure.
It's a big commitment. I mean, it's a huge
feel out the group,
massive.
But I mean, I would do it.
It was awesome.
I mean, so that's closer. I mean, I know that I'm not a Chaosium employee, so I don't know if you'll.
No, I would come down
45 minutes to come
but
down.
Like, I'll tell you what, like
it's a long.
Well,
it's a campaign game.
It was. We started in I mean, I did my one game as a Charles Bronson lookalike in January 2025, and I think they just wrapped it up like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think I'm going to run this before I even decide to tackle masks.
Yeah, Orient Express. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I have all the first edition reprint stuff. I have all that. I want to play that, but I don't know a lot of people want to play first edition Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would probably run 7th just because that's what's
right. I just got into it, so I went with 7th. And from everything I've read, most people, like, if you get on, like, I know Reddit's a cesspool, but if you get into the Reddit subreddits of actual games, some of them are pretty good. The Chaosium and the Delta Green ones seem decent. If you ask around there, most of the people say just go with 7th edition. It's fantastic. So
yeah, no, 7th edition is great. That's what we played, and I had a blast. Like, I didn't think I would like Call of Cthulhu because I'm very combat heavy,
Yeah.
And, like, literally everything else. And they're my back. I know, like
you're there. Yeah,
you're
okay. So then they're like, well, you don't fight anything. Like I don't know if you're gonna like it. So of course, the first thing that happens is there's 2 cultists attacking a dude in a hotel room. So I was like, well, fuck, now I have to fight. So they're like, first thing we did was fight.
Yeah.
So like I liked it a lot. The system's awesome. It's super easy. Like
I wasn't sure I was going to like it, and I really wasn't sure about my group. Man, they love it.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
it's really good. Like, I'm shocked. I mean, it's the #1 role-playing game in Japan, like, for a reason.
Yeah, I definitely want to give it a go, and maybe I'll do it on on Saturdays or something. I don't know. Like, the only thing, like, I know Jason would play, but he can't play Saturdays and Sundays. So I'd have to figure that out.
Yeah, I couldn't do it long term, but like you were talking about, like just doing a one shot, talk to Stephanie.
Well, if I'm doing a one shot, but if I run something like Masks, I mean, that's like 60 sessions or something.
Well, if you're going to do a one shot, you can always play Paranoia.
Oh, God, here we go. I got to go. It's my bedtime.
Listen, you don't have to run Masks, though. There are so many adventures for Call of Cthulhu out there.
Right. No, you're right. I can run something shorter that's only going to be 5 or 6 sessions or something like that.
But even then, you could
Masks is just like the highly rated.
Or
whatever.
But like for me, I want to run Masks, but I'm not going to run Masks without buying. I'm going to spend another $130 and buy the freaking the prop kit.
Yeah.
You
know, it's
I just want
going to make the game that much better.
I just want to run it before you do, so I can get the badge first.
Well, that's fine. Your game will fall apart.
I hear you.
This isn't a competition, Roger.
No, I know it's not. You got a great group for it.
I'm old enough to not give a shit about what other people are doing. I'm like,
I'll
run my game.
I've already played it, so what kind of trophy do I get?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're first,
Yeah, but he gets the trophy.
First
one of us. Did you successfully complete it?
It's fucking Call of Cthulhu. No, you don't.
You're like, no.
Oh, well, technically, yes. Technically, yes, we did. I won't say anything because you guys want to play it, so I don't want to give anything away.
I do think if you're going to run...
Technically, yes, we did.
I do think if you're going to run a game like Masks, you should run it with Pulp. It's
the thing with Pulp is that's where the guy that ran it for us, that was his thing too. It was like it's much more suited for like longer term games.
It does make you more survivable.
In my opinion. Yeah, you're a little bit more durable, but don't let that cloud your judgment. Like it is still a very, very deadly game. Like I watched 3 characters, mine not being one of them, like get their ass beat by some random security guard that like just whooped them. Like, and it became the running joke from the rest of the game. We're like, where did this ex-special forces security guard come from? Because he was putting a hurting on 3 different characters. One of them geared towards hand-to-hand fighting. Like he just whooped their asses. It was awesome.
Now, Roger, there is a similar campaign adventure for Delta Green to Masks.
Yeah,
that's Impossible Landscapes.
Yeah, I don't know, that might be something too. I don't know. I think that I need to run something that's different than like a typical D&D thing, just because like I want to try it with my group and see if like the problem is it's
been great for me so far. It really has.
Thing or what. I want to try some of the percentile, games.
Yeah.
Like I backed Broken Empires, so I'm kind of waiting like for that. But I'd like to try like Mithras or something for fantasy.
I don't know if it's your thing, but if you spend $30 and buy this, it's got a solo adventure.
The box.
In it. Yeah,
it's a starter box,
and that's got a one shot.
It's got a starter adventure, but it also has a solo adventure in it also.
Yeah.
So you can
that's
play
just
it only takes like
Cthulhu 7th edition box set, right?
Yeah, it only takes like an hour.
Yeah,
but there's other ones. All these there's Alone Against the Tide. In that box set is Alone Against the Fire. They're all solo adventures. So
you
can get at least a taste of it to try it out yourself.
Yeah, Matt says the last act of Impossible Landscapes is a little out there. I mean, I find a little out there hard, like easy to believe. Like I would think that that's all of.
No, he's not wrong.
Right? No,
the last act is Carcosa.
Okay,
you like leave the world, and
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Whoa, spoilers.
Well, I've never played it or read it. I don't even own it yet. All I know is, I mean, that's
bust out your Lamentations of the Flame Princess Carcosa book, and then just run it from there.
Yeah. There you go. So we're at just about 3.5 hours. Jason's falling asleep. Nap time with Jason.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good.
Can I ask an off-topic question before we go? I've been waiting to ask it.
Off topic. We've been on topic this whole time.
I know.
You don't wanna.
So listen, I believe if I remember correctly, last year I think your daughter has one of those mimic chests.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
right? Those little mimic chests. They're everywhere. I'm not making them anymore. I'm still selling off ones that I made the first year. I had like 75 of them going to page 1. But I had these at page 1. I have not made them since then. And these things are enormous.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Should I make more of these things? These things take like 2 hours of laser time a piece.
What's the sell price on those? Do you want
$75?
I would make like 2 or 3. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I mean, so
I don't know if they do really well. I mean, that's a high price point, I think.
Oh, they are, but they're pretty big. You can put quite a bit in them. But
right.
Yeah, I wouldn't make a ton of them. I wouldn't come with like 20 of them.
No, I think like 2 or 3, maybe up to a half a dozen, like just in case. But like I wouldn't want you to see get stuck with them.
I did buy a whole big pack of unicorn spit. I don't know if you know what that is, but it is like really.
Yeah, it's a stain or whatever.
Very, very colorful stains.
Yeah.
Which, like when I made these, I had red ones and blue ones. Those sold out right away. This one didn't sell, and there was an issue. Part of it wasn't glued on properly, so I just kept it for myself. But I was thinking about making some more. I haven't made them in a few years, and those little chests, I'm not making. Everybody makes that crap now.
Yeah,
I
think a couple of them could do well, but I don't know. I mean, it's a high buy-in, I think, for what it is.
Yeah,
they're great. They're cool as shit. You'd love to have them, but.
Yeah,
like the price point for putting on a shelf.
No, the problem is it's literally
so
it uses a full sheet of 20 by 30 wood for it. It's 2 hours of laser time for one of them, plus sanding it to get all the char off of it, and then staining it and assembling it.
There's a whole process. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I have one other thing before we go.
They are cool. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean, finish up. I just didn't want you to
say
it.
I'm done. That was it. It was just
so last week's topic was basically gaming without combat. I thought it was a really interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And I kept talking to my phone. I have no problem with games that don't focus on combat. We've talked many times about the one shot that we did for Dragon Slayer. Or Dragon's Bane, rather.
Dragonbane,
where the whole thing is don't get into a fight. It's just really important that the rewards be balanced out for a game that does not include fighting, because most of your experience comes from fighting monsters.
Yeah.
And at some point, somebody said, we were kind of wondering why so many of these fantasy games are violent resolved. And a lot of it's because, they initiated off of fantasy wargaming.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of it is, this panel, 80% of us are military or paramilitary background. Everybody that's watching right now is a male. Boys typically gravitate towards violence. That's how we establish our little chain of command, even as children. The big guy is going to be in charge of the gang. And that continues as we're adults. Women coming into Dungeons and Dragons, while not new, the amount of women that we have is certainly new, and it's almost entirely because of 5th edition. And 5th edition's for pussies. That's just the way it is. Most women are not OSR players. There are outliers, absolutely, but men tend to resolve things through violence, and I think that's why so many RPGs have a violent mechanic in them. And I'm in no way saying that's a bad thing. I think it's the right way to go. There, been wanting to say that for a week too. So.
Could be, yeah.
Violence
I
on the tabletop is better than violence in the streets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it's awesome on the tabletop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. It's definitely a fun thing that we can't do in the real world. That well,
I don't necessarily agree with one thing you said though. I don't think
5e for pussies.
Yeah, I don't think 5e's for pussies. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people that play 5e that this has been their first experience with it. So we see a lot of people gravitate to other games. But even said, if that's all they ever play is 5e, if they're having fun with it,
right, yeah,
they're doing it right.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
and I've said that before as well. If you're playing 5e and you're having a good time, you're doing it the right way.
My guys at my table wanted to start when we first talked about switching up DMing, because it's always me. And they were like, well, I'll run 5e. And I'm like, okay, I'll play. I don't care. The reason we stopped after literally one session from each of them is because they didn't prepare anything. They didn't plan it. They downloaded something off drive-thru and pretty much ran it off the page at the table. And it was like, oh, just keep rolling skill checks and doing this. And I'm like, listen, if you're not going to spend the time to actually prepare and try and be a DM, then don't do it. I would love you to DM. I would love to be able to play in a game, but if you're not going to do it right, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, come to the table ready to DM.
But if one of you said, "Hey, I'm going to run a 5e game and I'm going to run this. I bought this adventure and we're going to run it and it's going to be fun," I would play.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's
No, and I don't think
you're getting together and having fun. Who cares?
Like 5e core, like the basic 5e rules.
Yeah.
Like the actual basic rules that you can download.
They're not bad.
I think it's a great game.
Yeah.
Yep, we've said it before too. Yeah.
The death saves thing and all of that, but it doesn't have a lot of the clutter that I complain about.
Right.
Yeah.
It's only after you add like all the stuff.
The first time I looked at the 5th edition and I saw the feats had been trimmed down from a dictionary of feats down to 4 pages. And it was like, I don't even remember what the name of the feat is anymore, but it's cleave and something else all pushed into one feat. And I was like, oh, finally. Now, this fighter can do a really cool maneuver. He doesn't have to wait till 9th level.
They were also optional when 5e first released. They weren't.
Yeah,
now they're not.
That's what I was going to say. If you took the 2014 5e Player's Handbook and you just said, hey, we're not using feats and we're going to play this, it could still be a fun game.
Absolutely.
Can you go to level 20 with it? Probably not without it falling
you're
apart.
Have the same problem.
Yeah, probably not without it falling apart. I mean, you're going to want to get to like 6 to 8 and then give it up. I mean,
they did the whole bounded accuracy thing, and that helps a little, but still, you're right. Like you cap it at like level 10. I think it's fine.
I guess I've changed my opinion on it these days. On all games, I don't think there's any real bad games. They're different, You just
if people enjoy them and you're gonna play them,
I mean,
like do it.
Most of them that have been out for a while that are still out there, they're there because they have fans. There's people that like them and enjoy them.
Yeah,
it might not be for you, but
sure.
I don't know.
I mean, not everybody's into like crazy Gonzo,
Yeah, right.
Stuff.
I'll tell you what.
Like, go ahead.
Advantage disadvantage is one of the best things to ever happen.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like you're kind of not good at it. In Neon Lords we call it surge and sludge, of course, because you gotta brand it. So yeah, it's like throw surge on that roll if you're good, like if you get a little extra boost or you're like hit with something, you have to roll with disadvantage. Like boom, it's like.
That's one of the mechanics they put into Delta Green. When I first read it, I'm like, I don't know if I like this or not. It's called luck. It's just a luck roll, but there's no weird mechanics to it. You roll a D100, and if you roll from 1 to 50, you succeed, and if you roll from 51 to 100, you fail. It's
so.
I mean,
so when
a point or whatever, it's
when I was playing Call of Cthulhu a lot, and also running and playing in 5e games. And some of the guys I played with in 5e, we were also playing Call of Cthulhu together. We were so many times, oh man, I wish this game had a luck mechanic, because that is an awesome mechanic in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Because
does it work the same way?
I saw it solve so many easy. Well, it was just, yeah, you have like a certain amount of luck, and you can get more.
Okay.
But it was just like, hey, I remember one time, like, we were in this fight, and we had one guy in the party. His character was really rich, so he did like all of our logistics. And he's like, hey, I need to call like his butler or whatever and make plans to get us a ship to get out of here or whatever. And he's like, is there a phone nearby? We're literally outside of this house. So the game master was like, make a luck check. And he makes a luck check, rolls this crazy success. He's like, oh yeah, by chance there happens to be a telephone sitting on the windowsill over there. So he goes over, makes his phone call, and the rest of us are hacking up cultists. It was great. Like it solved so many problems. Like it was just like either you succeeded or not, but it just kind of took all that.
And that's like
panic. Loved it.
Like I do that when I say it would be odd if like somebody asked me a question or whatever and I can't decide, and I'll say, well, it would be odd if it'd be odd if there was a ladder there, and then whoever said the thing or I'm talking to, they just grab a die and roll it, and if it comes up an odd number, then it is
I really love the mechanic.
Yeah. And it helps me from my paralysis, where it's like I can just say, no, you roll it, it's random.
Yeah, and you don't need to dig it. You don't need to dig through a book to find a rule or whatever else. It's just like
you just do it. Yeah.
Because really, is it going to make a big difference in the whole course of the game? Either way.
Right. Yeah.
So hey, flip a coin or roll this or roll percentile or whatever. Just you got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Either yes or no.
Yep. That's it. What else we got? We got anything else on Gonzo? Anybody got any closing thoughts?
Gonzo it out.
Well, when you said you maybe not like Gonzo, if you're Gen X, you probably like Gonzo.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's everything. Like, I mean, look at like Ian Flux and like Liquid Television on MTV. That's all that stuff is
everything. Like everything you grew up with. There was tons of Gonzo.
Yeah, tons even like that's like the era of extreme. Like Marvel started going nuts with all like the Rob Liefeld pouches on everything. Like it totally went in a weird Gonzo macho like muscle way, but still Gonzo.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Like you mentioned Masters of the Universe earlier. I mean, that was freaking Gonzo.
100%. That was
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully the new movie's just as Gonzo, but we'll see.
We'll see. It looks. I'm liking the way that it looks.
Yeah.
So far.
No, I mean, speaking of Gonzo, the Street Fighter 2 or the Street Fighter movie.
My God,
that is Gonzo.
Yes, that looks crazy.
That. Yeah, I'm so excited.
It looks
like
it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. It looks like they're like the last time when they did it, like they were trying. It was almost like trying to be too serious.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They were trying to make like add realism to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And with this, they're just going off the deep end. They're like, we'll just lean into all this crazy shit.
Since you brought Street Fighter up, Roger, I got to tell you, we're getting closer. The septic work begins Friday.
Nice.
And the garage is already getting emptied out. Once the septic's done, we get the shed and move it all out, and all the arcade machines move to the garage. So I'm hoping sometime before the end of summer, we could do a live stream straight from the arcade. You wanted to do your video game.
Yeah. When do we got to do that?
Maybe we'll figure out how your Mortal Kombat machine is going to make it into my garage.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's talk about that. We'll schedule that. We're definitely going to do a classic video game thing.
Yep.
We're going to do a panel, have a bunch of people talking about old video games. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I kept thinking about selling them off, and I'm like, I don't want to sell them.
Yeah, you don't want to do it. No, of course not. Well, let me know. Let me know what the date range is, and we'll set that up.
Yep.
So guys, I got like one announcement to make. I've been refreshing the Game Master Rogers Neighborhood YouTube page, and we've been sitting for the last few hours. We've been sitting at 199 subscribers. 199
really
subscribers. So we're almost to 200. So thanks a lot. I wish we would have hit 200, but I'm not going to complain. There's 199 people that want to listen to what we say week to week.
Didn't you say when you hit 200 you were going to run My Little Pony for Jason?
No, it was 250, and it was only if we hit it by like the 2 weeks time or whatever.
No,
we're months over that deadline.
No Carpentry Crusades, not going to happen.
I did show it off, and we might do some Carpentry and Crusades episodes at some point on this channel. On this channel, maybe if we start building a table or something or doing something.
You need to run the Dallas RPG.
The Dallas.
That's what I brought up last week.
It came up in the non-combat.
I mean, but like, have you actually looked at the mechanics?
No.
It's actually really, really good. Like honestly, because I was thinking about doing a Jerry Springer game, just for the hell of it, like
Gonzo, that is the Gonzo show right there.
Yeah, like do a Jerry Springer game, but use the Dallas rule set for it.
Yeah,
and like I actually like downloaded the Dallas rules. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty fun sounding.
Well, I told them, I said if we're gonna run something like that, you got to do it on a Friday night, and you got to start with Dukes of Hazzard, and then do Dallas, and then we'll finish off the night with a one shot of Falcon Crest.
Yeah, there you go.
We could pretend we're back in the 80s.
So, if anybody's still watching this,
no, they left.
4 hours later,
they're gone.
Everybody left.
They left a long time ago.
Please like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And remember, NeonCon 3D is May 22nd and 23rd, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
So definitely do that. Even if you're not gonna, even if you just want to check it out, just the badges it's online only. Badges are what, $2?
Yeah, tabletop you have to charge for a badge.
Yeah.
So sadly, I had to make if it was up to me, it'd be free. But like tabletop forces you to charge for a badge.
No, I get it.
They gotta have their money because they take a piece of that $2.
And the Kickstarter for Neon Bastards is coming up. Check that out, guys. Even if you're not into Morkborg, or it's just cool stuff that's in the Kickstarter. The lunch pail is awesome. The mini binder with the flap and the Velcro on it.
Yeah, battle binder.
The battle binder.
Really cool.
It's cool as hell. So it's great stuff. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's just like theoretically or like mechanically it's Morkborg, but like visually and physically it's not anywhere near it.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's definitely awesome. So I'm definitely in on it. I'm not huge in the Morkborg thing, but like I'm in on it because it's Neon Lords and it looks awesome, and the whole aesthetic of with the pogs and everything. It's just fantastic. Brings me back. Right, brings me back. So so definitely get on that and all of that stuff. So I don't know if you got anything else you want to plug or talk about or
no, that's it. Yeah, like the Neon Bastards, 35 hours to go. Like the high end, like once we hit 20K, that's the final stretch goal, the Skinner, Zine, and Pogs, and then that's it.
I think we'll get there. Has anybody bid on that 2K fly
no,
anywhere?
So there's a shop in Ohio that they're considering it, and I said I will throw in the retail pledge, and I will come and run games like if they pick it up at the 2K level.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's
Ohio's not that far.
No, not at all. So let's make it happen, guys.
So Brian, are you running your game at CMY?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have 3 games.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I think 3 games.
Okay.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's cool.
One of them, if you talk about it real quick. I always I told you about it and you didn't really give a shit, so I'll tell the world. So it is called Ack the Mega Block, where you fight Mars Attacks Martians in your Mega Block. So I have like the original GW Judge Dredd like city blocks. So I'm going to use all the old Judge Dredd maps for it, and then I have the the Mars Attacks skirmish game, so I'm going to use those for the Martians too. So it's going to be a nice eclectic blend of my minis that are way bigger than probably but it'll be like like playing as a kid, playing with all the different toys and stuff. It'll be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe you've got three games. Yeah,
Well,
there's Super Secret.
Yeah, Super Secret.
Super Secret Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland playtest. It's Friday at 4. That is full. Ak the Mega Block has 5 seats available. And
Quest wants to play that.
Quest for the Abomination Blade of Scumra has 3 seats available.
Very cool.
So, and then I don't know what this is. Oh, this is that's the fantasy trip. Yeah, that's forbidden. Okay. Yeah, so those are your 3, I believe.
So listen, I'm trying to get my group to come to the convention.
Yeah.
One of the days. And I told them, I said, if you guys are interested, if you find a game that we don't play, that somebody's running, and you guys want to try it together, let me know. So I'll push Ak with him because it's Sunday or Saturday at 6:30. We'll see. I just need to talk to my wife and daughter and figure out if one of them is willing to run the booth for those hours.
I'm also a hard 3 hours. I don't mess around. It's a 3-hour game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like this show.
Yeah.
Hard 3 hours.
Yeah. Hard 3.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So
it's a hard 3 hours and 50 minutes.
It's a hard 3 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah. And on that, yeah. We'll so like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. Let me just refresh this and see if we hit 200. We are still at 199. So yeah,
there's nobody here listening anymore.
There's nobody watching us anymore. No, there's a few people out there still. So yeah, but we'll talk to you guys. We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll see everybody out there next week. To be determined episode, and we'll see you guys soon, and we'll talk about some gaming in the future. So take care, everybody. Thanks for coming. And we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.